It did it again. Now it's doing it again. It's this computer. That's the difference.
Oh,
It didn't do it on that computer. It only does it. There we go. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lore Lodge. It's been about a year since we did this.
It's been that long.
It's been a pretty long time. Last time we did this, we did what was it? It was an old fashioned, another bourbon cream. That one was like a cinnamon nutmeg bourbon cream.
Yeah, it was like a Wendigo milk.
Cannot remember what the third one was for the life of me.
No shot. Was it a?
No, it had shots.
First of all,
Wait, no, it was a car bomb.
was that?
Yeah, it was the Archie bomb.
Oh,
With the chocolate,
right,
the
yeah.
chocolate snort.
Do we have
chocolate snort? Chocolate stout.
Do we have?
I have
any?
these written down.
I was going to say on the website.
Yeah, they're on the website somewhere. I gotta update the website.
Sometimes we do this thing right.
Yeah, occasionally we get it right. But this was one of the donation goals, and I will be honest, we're about a month late on it. So instead of fall themed, we went for winter themed because, you know, it's almost Christmas. So I did include one fall drink, and I made it a little bit more wintry, which is the apple cider. We're going to get to that one.
Yes.
But we're going to start this stream off with a type of liquor that I personally despise. So I don't know about you with gin, but
I think I've had it once.
so my parents are really big gin drinkers. And I was going to try and do a whiskey sour. I'm sorry, Christian. I was really trying, but I could not for the life of me come up with a whiskey sour recipe. I'm going to talk to my bartender friends about it. Because I wanted to make, you know how I like to make everything fresh.
Yes.
I don't like to use pre-made ingredients.
Correct.
So as you can see, if you look at this table, there is nothing pre-made here except for like the fireball. Everything else is a raw ingredient. So I will be doing the whiskey sour at some point, but we're starting off with a winter gin and tonic.
Yes. Also, just a heads up, Wine Garters for $5. Said, "Happy Thanksgiving, bud. Now do more drunk lore, pretty please."
Oh, it's kind of funny you mentioned that. What are we doing after this? Because I am absolutely not going to be sober after this.
No shot.
So-
There's the reason that we planned things this way. Sometimes we plan things. I know it's shocking, but we actually sometimes have things together.
This is what we got.
Yes.
Did you ice?
Oh,
Get us some ice. Just a couple cubes in each.
Okay. Dos. I don't
So,
know.
the way we designed this one,
What is cube in Espanol, por favor?
Cuba. Cuban Missile Crisis was actually about
Just two?
ice.
Yes?
Just two for this one.
No, you said ice. I said yes.
Oh, I hate you. So, what we're starting off with here, aside from the ice, of course, maraschino cherries. Now, the reason I picked this one is because these are clearly in grenadine. The other is more of a syrup, the one we usually use, the Luxardo.
Yeah.
But these guys, your typical maraschino cherry, not quite the super high quality that you'll get from like Luxardo or something. But we don't need super high quality. What we need is tasty. So, each of these gets one cherry. And then, in this guy right here, I'm going to put in a few scoops of grenadine. And all of these recipes, of course, are designed to make two.
And to make the Grateful Dead fans in the crowd happy.
No, I would not get that. What does Grateful Dead have to do with anything?
Because you're not a Grateful Dead fan.
No, I'm not.
There's a song that heavily...
I'm not even a Grateful Alive fan.
You're just not grateful.
No, exactly. And I decided to take a risk on this one and add some cherry bitters to it.
Why is that a risk?
I wasn't sure how it would turn out. I actually haven't sampled this one yet.
Ah, cool.
This is me doing things on the fly, you know? It's so much fun that way.
It is.
We don't use this. That's too sweet. And we've already got the grenadine and everything in it. So, then, if I can get this guy unscrewed. And of course, we went with Liberty Gin because Philadelphia.
Yep.
So this is actually a local Philadelphia brand. We like to do that as much as possible. If you'll notice, Liberty Pole Spirits is Western Pennsylvania. I think Pittsburgh, I want to say. It might be Washington, Pennsylvania, which is near Pittsburgh, if I remember correctly. And the bourbon that we're using is Resurgent Young American, which is from Brandywine Branch Distillers over in, not Morgantown, Elverson.
I love Elverson.
So nice and local. And the cool thing about that one is that it uses, I believe it's entirely Chester County ingredients.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
They use Chester County ingredients in as much as they can, which is really cool. I just like that. But anyway, gonna get a nice pour here. Now, Aiden, what did I tell you earlier about gin?
Oh, that it needs this specifically at the very least needs to be stirred and not shaken.
Exactly, because if you shake gin, it bruises, apparently. What does that mean? I don't know, but I dated a girl in college who was a bartender, and she yelled at me for making a Jack and Coke and stirring it and all, because apparently that bruises. Jack
I'm
Daniels?
sorry, hang on. Jack and Coke, there's no way in hell you should be worried about anything happening with Jack and Coke. You can put gasoline in it and consider it fine. It's a Jack and
She quite literally told me that you just pour it right in. And I was like, listen, I've watched them do that at the bar. I wasn't sure if it actually works that way. There you go.
Nice. This is what I've been waiting for.
This one's a more appropriate length for you.
Yeah, well, some men can dream.
Honestly, I mean, even that might be a little too much. Like,
Well,
might be a little too. I don't know.
it's a bit much.
So anyway,
Which one do you need?
what? Neither of them. I've got my slices already. Gonna give this a little stir. Oh yeah, that was just a joke made at your expense.
Yeah, I know, I figured.
We'll stir that. Pour each of
I
these.
do like that it's like vaguely, like it's not overpowering. It's very like gentle.
Ah, these are a knob twist off.
Oh my god.
There we go.
It's hard to imagine that that wasn't planned, but I also know it wasn't planned.
It was not planned. So this is a tonic water, because of course what this is at its core, this is a gin and tonic. Very simple drink. Typically a gin and tonic would only have two ingredients, you know, gin and tonic. But,
Move that out of the way so they can see the actual drink.
do you want to move the microphone a little bit?
We
Probably.
might as well, yeah.
Get that guy over there.
There we go.
So what do we end up with? Two of these guys, and can't forget.
Brings it all together.
Yep.
Would you like a knife?
Nah.
Okay.
We're not fancy like that at the Lore Lodge.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We probably should ask this beforehand. First of all, cheers. Let's try it out. Well, that went swimmingly. That's not bad.
Wow. I don't like gin, but I do kind of like this.
I was gonna say that's the best gin and tonic I've ever had, which would be, you know, number 2 or 3.
Yeah, so for those who can't see it very well, here it is. I can't see very well what's on the screen right now. But this is what we just made. This was so easy to make, too.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, here's the thing. It was easy to make. It's a nice, like, pink color. It's got
Yeah.
a cherry in it. This guy brings it all together. Honestly,
you know, not a bad Valentine's Day thing either.
this would actually, yeah, this would be a good Valentine's Day drink. Now that I think about it, yeah, wow.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
So,
Yeah, so my question to you was, should we, while we enjoy, should we take questions as super chat?
that's what I was thinking.
Wonderful.
Also, if you have ideas for naming this drink, because I don't, please let us know.
The first thing that comes to my mind is the Sweetheart, but
Yeah, true.
you know, that's my guess. Most recent super chat, and the only other one that we got thus far is from Garrett Weingartner again. It says, "Some men can drink, some men can think. An exceptional few can do both. Make
I
us
love
proud,
that.
boys.
I love that.
We'll do our best.
We'll see how long the thinking lasts tonight.
It won't last very long."
What else do we have in here?
That's it for super chats.
The real whiskey sour is the friends we made along the way. That's fantastic. So, Caleb said, me sitting drinking a lime White Claw. Yes, terrific drink.
What do you think is like the
Name it Kyle.
What do you think? I'd like to introduce you to Kyle. What do you think is the most bulletproof drink?
Bullet, bourbon,
I hate you.
Jack and Ginger.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. You cannot go wrong with the Jack and Ginger. It's so mild. It's just the right amount of sweet. You get the,
Yeah.
it brings out the sugar
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of like trying to think of the right words to describe it. But you know how Jack Daniels has kind of like a bit of a brown sugar sweetness to it? It really the ginger ale really brings that out.
How would you compare a Jack and Ginger to a 7 and 7?
What?
A 7 and 7?
What is that?
I was big in the 70s and the 80s. It was a Seagram 7 and 7 Up.
That sounds like mostly the same thing.
Yeah.
Probably would also be tasty.
That's why I asked.
I mean,
you
when I
apples
go to the
to
bar,
apples.
I usually order like a whiskey ginger. I don't even bother ordering the Jack because the thing is, the ginger ale does enough with the whiskey.
Yeah.
But
You can get Will whiskey. It's fine.
yeah, Bankers Club.
Oh,
You ever? Did I ever tell you the story of the
Bankers Club.
God, what was it, like the Old Grandpa or something, like bourbon that we had? Old Crow, that's what it was.
When did we have that?
We didn't have it. I had it.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, we I forget what we were doing thon canvassing. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And we were back down here in Fort Washington, me and a bunch of the other people from the club, and we were playing. It was either Cards Against Humanity or King's Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But it was probably King's Cup.
Fair.
And we had we were in college, so we had the cheapest available bourbon,
Yeah.
which was something called Old Crow. And let me tell you, you could taste the crow.
Oh, I bet.
Each bottle tasted like there was a dead crow at the bottom.
Oh,
of
I
it.
bet by the end of the night you all thought you were in an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
I threw up. I definitely threw up. Also, on top of that, no matter how much Coke you put in it, it still tasted the crow.
Coca-Cola.
Well, yeah, obviously. Come on, man.
You never know who wants.
Coke was for the afterlife. Don't do drugs, kids. We don't, and you shouldn't either.
The next super chat was from New Atlantis Public Access Cassette for $5. Says, cheers from New Atlantis. Dare you try a pickleback? It's just awful. I've had it. Yeah, that's fair.
I like
Have you ever had a steak shot?
No.
Oh my god, have I got a story for you. Have you ever heard
Steak shot?
a steak shot? First of all, I need to give you the background. So when I was on that road trip with Rex, we ended up staying a night in Montana.
As one does.
We were in Helena.
Wait, I'm sorry. Weren't you going to Utah?
When? We started from Utah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it was a
you
road
coming
trip.
back here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So why the hell were you in Montana?
Because we wanted to see it, number one.
Oh, okay.
And number two, we ended up...
I'm
we
like
all-
doing the math in my head. I'm like, wait a second. That's this way. It's the wrong direction.
Yeah, so what we did was we ended up taking a while for it, and we went up to Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and then over across Montana, North Dakota, and everything, because we hadn't seen the Pacific Northwest. We both really wanted to, whatever. So we ended up staying in Helena with his buddy from Alaska. Now, in the 24 hours I spent with this man, I learned a lot. First of all, the best way to get flow out of a beer can is to take the top tab off and then just roll it right into the top of the can after you've had a sip. It enhances the experience by far, rolls smooth down the throat. It's fantastic. It's great. I've never tasted a beer squeeze that. Anyway.
The way a real man drinks a beer is a shotgun.
Right. Not gonna make a joke there. Kurt. Anyway. So we're in one of these bars in Helena, Montana. It's freezing cold. It was the day before in Washington, it was 80 degrees. Montana that night, it was 20. We woke up and there was 3 inches of snow on the car.
Sounds about right.
It was the middle of May. Yeah, I love the United States. Anyway, so he's like, have you guys ever had a steak shot? And we're like, what the hell is a steak shot? And so he brings the bartender over. He's like, 3 steaks. And so he brings it over. It's a shot of, I believe it was Jack Daniels, a shot of Worcestershire sauce,
Okay.
and I believe it was a lemon that you would then have, like, not a lime, but a lemon that you would have afterward.
Mm-hmm.
You do it all 3 in succession. Jack, Worcestershire, lemon.
Uh-huh.
It tastes like a steak. It tastes like you just ate a steak. We didn't believe it at first. We were like, there's no way. We do it, and we're
Why
like,
don't you just drink? Why don't you just mix it all too?
because it's the experience.
Oh, okay. All right. It was like how we had the shot skis at doggies in college.
Exactly.
It was literally a ski with 4 holes in it,
Yeah.
and you just put a shot in each hole, and then you'd all hold the ski and just at the same time.
Yep. Oh, I remember him, yeah.
It was great. I loved college. I had such a good time.
Let's see what else we got. We got Garrett again for 5, says 5 on the Coke.
5 on the cook. I think he means the Coke.
On the Coke, fair.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Here's the thing. Every once in a while it comes out that I had a very sheltered childhood.
Yeah.
But, all right. Next on the list,
I don't even think we have beers here.
if you want
Shotgun
to
if we
down that, like, come on, man.
Oh, I thought we were enjoying our drinks.
Enjoyment of a drink. Couldn't be me.
There's so many people I know hate drinking alcohol, but they just drink a lot. Not you.
Because we live in Phoenixville.
Yeah, that's fair. When you live in suburban/rural Pennsylvania, there's not a whole lot else to do.
Did you see the cucumber?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not? It's healthy. It's good. It's sweet. Tastes good.
I like cucumber. Shout out to my stepdad on that one. I had absolutely no idea what to garnish this with.
Thank you, Christian.
He likes gin. So, Christian, on the off chance you're watching right now, that was actually really good.
Yeah, very good stuff. From two people who don't drink much gin, impressed.
I love that I was able to come that. Is it a little disconcerting that I kind of naturally know what to put in alcohol? Yeah.
Call it education.
Call it heaven. This one's fun. This is my favorite out of the mix here.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not saving their best for last, but all right.
I saved the heaviest for last.
Right, smart.
So, this is a fun one, and this one involves these guys. So, actually, can you do me a favor and rinse this bad boy out for me?
Yep.
We're going to start this one off strong. This is a shooter of Fireball.
If you don't know what this is, you haven't been to college.
I dropped that.
It happens.
It happens. So, shooter Fireball.
Garrett for 5 says 5 for the sheltering of childhood with the big eyes.
Next, a nice full pour of bourbon. Now, again, this is for 2. Do not make this for 1 person unless, I mean, actually, no, do whatever you want. I'm not your dad.
Just like,
And if I am your dad, I have questions.
and 0 answers.
And 0 answers. And then, this one's a bit hefty.
Christian for 5 said Jim Walker.
What?
Jim Walker.
Gin Walker?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah!
That's
Instead of Skinwalker. I get that. Yeah, I like
It took me a
that.
second there.
Yeah.
Man, the alcohol hasn't even hit yet.
No, not even close. This is the first drink I've had all night, and I'm not even halfway through it. So.
Yeah. So, this one, actually, honestly, with the Fireball in it, probably doesn't
Did you say
even...
what the last thing was you put in?
What?
What was
Oh. Yeah, that was Jack Daniel's Winter Cider. Winter Jack, Tennessee Cider.
Yes.
This is not even really a liqueur. It's 15% alcohol by content.
Mhm.
And here's the thing. This guy right here, it's basically, you can just drink it on its own. But I really think it has a great flavor to it. So I wanted to add it in. Where's my maple? And then we're going to add in just a little bit of maple extract. And then, of course, cider.
Did you put any simple syrup in
No, I decided not to.
there? Okay.
Because it's got the cider. And we're just going to top it right off with the cider. Now, this one, again, I thought about the whole bruising thing with this. Now, with gin I know is a little different. Whiskey on it, I have no idea.
We should really figure that
We
out.
really should.
Someone tell us what it means.
Whiskey on the other hand, you can kind of just mix.
Yeah. Whiskey's bulletproof.
Like, I know it does bruise, but as far as I'm concerned, doing this right here is just going to elevate the flavor, you know?
Yep. I mean, you have to mix your drink.
Yeah.
It's called a mixed drink.
Yes. You want to get me some ice?
Yeah.
Aiden's absolutely this is a fill up the glass thing.
Okay.
Aiden's sitting here like, oh yeah.
I haven't gotten that like primal in a while.
This honestly probably made more than we need. This is probably like enough drinks for 4 people. But
I guess I'm not going anywhere tonight.
actually, no, that was the perfect amount.
Love that.
Wow. And of course, because we're a little bougie here at the War Lodge,
Why wouldn't we be bougie?
gonna take a couple of cinnamon sticks. You're gonna toss them in. And with a nice little apple garnish.
Pistar resistance.
There you go. And what you come up with, oh, my cinnamon stick kind of disappeared, but it's fine. This guy right here, I'm pretty proud of this.
As you should. It looks gorgeous. Can't wait to taste it. Cheers. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, dude.
That's dangerous.
That's really good.
That's really dangerous.
Do you think they can tell we actually hadn't tried these beforehand?
I don't know.
These were just good in theory. This is like communism. It looks good on paper.
You can't taste the alcohol. like at all.
Nah. And there's a considerable amount of alcohol in here.
Yeah. Wow. That's really good.
This has a shot and a half of bourbon each.
A full shooter of Fireball.
Or sorry, it has half, 3/4 of a shot of bourbon each.
Yeah.
Half a shooter of Fireball, and 3/4 of a shot of the winter cider.
So it's
So this is probably a
2.5.
solid 2 shot.
well, if it's a shot and a half.
I know when you divide it by 2.
No, shot and a half, shot. So that's
Yeah, but that's 15%.
okay.
Actually,
I was gonna say a shot and a half, and then shot would be 3 each. Or no, sorry.
yeah, it's probably the equivalent of 2 shots each.
Shot and a half, 3 plus shot. Okay, yeah. All right, sorry. For some reason, the initial.
I'm saying that for the sake of like people knowing how much to drink.
Yeah, fair.
Consider this 2 drinks.
Yeah, no. Your math is right. I was wrong. I just had some weird like instinct.
Oh my god, that really is good.
Yeah, it's insanely good.
I'm gonna toss my apple in there too. Wow, the maple.
What are we gonna call it? Yeah, the maple's really good.
Yeah, we need help naming these, so please toss us some names. I did not realize the maple would have that much of an effect on it.
This.
And you can use that to stir too. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
What?
It's also a really pretty drink.
This is the most autumn that we're gonna make.
Yeah. Well, the next one's full Christmas.
Yeah. Like this tastes like a fall Sunday afternoon by a fire pit.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I can see all of the yellow leaves on the trees around me.
This is like a perfect November drink, in my opinion.
I was thinking October because it still feels a bit like a warm weather drink.
You think?
A little bit, yeah. Like it feels like October to me.
This probably also good hot. Yeah. This would be good hot too.
This drink tastes like October.
See, if I were to do this hot, what I would do is take the exact same ingredients, but I'd keep the liquor out of it, obviously at room temperature. But I would add in the apple and the cinnamon stick with the cider, and I would simmer that, and then mix.
Got it.
And I think that would be good.
Kat says, my mom says you need to use to sugar the rim of the glass with maple sugar, and then says we're judging the use of maple extract hard. But why?
I wasn't going to use maple syrup; it wouldn't work. Now we could have done maple syrup around the rim. I do have. What's this? Whiskey Hollow.
All right, next time.
This again, more Pennsylvania. This is Whiskey Hollow maple syrup. Is good stuff. This one hasn't been opened yet.
Yeah, I guess if it's just
I
around the
also-
rim, that could work.
The whiskey barrel aged maple syrup.
Christian says the what? Ah,
I should have used this.
yeah, that would be good. Christian says for the cider drink,
Yeah.
Original Sin.
Ooh.
You're like
You're
nailing
on
the
it
names tonight. Oh
You're
my
on it
god.
because the apple.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here's the thing though, with the extract, you can get that everywhere.
yeah.
This is very specifically Pennsylvania.
Fair. Well, so is everything on the table.
Yeah, but you can get bourbon. You can get the Jack Daniels. You can get everywhere. You can get bourbon cream. I mean, what was in the steak shots?
It was Jack or Jameson, Worcester, and then you bit on a lemon.
I don't have a lemon, but I have basically everything else for that.
Really? We better try it. The lemon's kind of important, but
Yeah. And finally, this one's a dessert drink through and through, straight up. What do we got right here, Aiden?
we have, what is it, condensed milk and dark chocolate?
Yep, sweetened condensed milk and 72% cacao dark chocolate. Now, I'm gonna need your glass to finish that.
Which one? This one?
The one that's more finished.
I keep drinking this. Okay, fine.
Yeah, exactly. Just shoot it.
Or, I want to drink the cherry. Okay.
Freezer real quick. Did you rinse it?
No.
You're gonna want it.
I was focused on finishing.
Fair. Man, I'm really happy about this one. This one's so good. And yes, we are going to be publishing all of these in a cocktail book. You just drink water out of it?
A little bit. Gotta mix in some H2O.
Fair enough, fair enough. You want it? Okay. So, here's how this one goes.
Secular Tenebris says for $19.99, when are we doing the Revelations Veggie Tales? It's coming.
That's going to be a while. That one's going to take us some time.
We need to figure out exactly what we're going to do other than just writing it. So that's why that's taking a while. And then
Let's go through super chats while these classes.
yes,
Cool.
and then they said new meaning to a Bloody Mary should come up with your own for it. Which one for which one?
What was the question?
Said new meaning to a Bloody Mary should come up with your own for it.
Oh, he's saying we should come up with our own.
Okay, I get
We
it.
could easily do that.
Yeah, true.
The only problem is that I hate Bloody Marys.
Well, I think the point is that we make it entirely different because I
True,
also
true.
hate Bloody Marys.
Oh, but yeah. All right, cool. So,
Can't wait for the rest of the stream now. Chug.
exactly. These are going to hit soon.
I know.
These ones especially.
Oh,
We're having more of these tonight, by the way. I'm making more of those.
I know they're so good.
I am
I wasn't.
amazed at how well that turned out.
Here's the problem. I forgot before this how much he puts into a specific drink, and I'm fully aware I'm probably not leaving now.
No. The good news is the studio has a couch in it.
Sure, you're gonna have to turn off the heat if
Oh.
yeah, okay, good. Oh, it's got the fan.
The fan actually mitigates it pretty well, believe it or not.
Thankfully.
But is that it for super chats? Just scroll through.
The only one is from Garrett for $5. It says 420.69.
Thank you.
Nice.
I think-
Didn't know you were chill like that.
So this one, this one's fun. This is a fun one.
Make a bee's knees.
So what we've got here:
It's doing the bee's knees.
condensed milk, sweetened of course, chocolate powder, which I chopped up from a bar earlier.
Try those out first, or
No, no, that'd be fine.
Mm.
Do you want to try those?
I don't care that much, but it's just
Yeah, go ahead, try them out. Try them out. Before this, we did make sure to eat. I will assure all of you. We each had hoagies. It's a very Pennsylvania stream tonight.
Wawa.
We had Wawa hoagies before this. We're using all Pennsylvania ingredients. We're in Pennsylvania.
Yep. As far as we know. Have you,
It would take us a little while to get anywhere else.
have you ever watched Interstellar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched it for the first time, like in the last month.
Really good. For the first time ever?
Yeah. I know.
I cannot believe you didn't see that in theaters.
No. I routinely prove that I am the worst film student on the planet.
All right. This is, of course, the final main drink.
Your
This
mom
guy right
yelling
here.
at you to put your glasses in the dishwasher.
We're using the glasses right now.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Anyway, this one is supposed to be made with peppermint schnapps. However, there's a bit of a miscommunication, and the peppermint schnapps were in his freezer, not out and about with the rest of everything.
As in miscommunication, we mean he sampled a couple of these at my place on Wednesday night. I said, all I see is this, and this on the counter.
And it did not occur to me that
It was
he
in
was
the
forgetting the schnapps. Yeah.
Nor did it occur to me that there were schnapps to forget.
So, on the fly, here's how we're doing this. We're going to substitute out the schnapps for bourbon. Will that work in most cases? Absolutely not. Am I going to make it work? Yes, I am.
Because we like to improvise.
Exactly. So, you can rinse this out for me. Yeah, I forgot to do that.
That's all good.
Move this guy over here. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, for this one, actually, can you rinse that out too? For this one, we're going with Liberty Pole Bourbon Cream. Now, I do have a bourbon cream recipe, but I am not sharing it with you. It's a family recipe. So, you've had some. It's
Yes,
delicious.
it is
It's-
very good.
It is Christian's recipe, actually. My stepdad, he's in the chat. But yeah, here's how we're going to do this bad boy. This is going to need, can you ice those up for me?
Yep. How much?
Full. I'd say halfway up the glass.
Okay.
We're going to do with this guy is
Mine.
6 ounces of bourbon cream. And we're going to do a 50 milliliter of bourbon. There we go. Give it a little stir.
Little.
This guy right here is peppermint extract. Very minty.
Very minty.
1, 2. Couple of drops of that.
Couple of drops. Spray guns into it.
Oh, shush. Give it a nice little hand mix. Bit of a
See,
stir.
that's the thing, Fahrenheit 1776. When you go to film school, you automatically become very good in the restaurant industry.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, you know what I forgot completely?
Liquid candy cane.
And now, we're going to take our nice chilled condensed milk. We're going to spin this guy around in it. So we get a nice condensed milk around the rim. And this guy goes right over here into the chocolate
Yeah, I like that. Looks good.
for a chocolate garnish. Then this guy,
Now, what made you decide to use condensed milk specifically?
it was the thing that I felt made the most sense for the drink.
Fair. What?
Because it is sweet on its own and it is also nice and sticky.
Fair.
There we go. Ice goes back in. That was a little bit too much ice in that one, but it's fine.
And we're all here.
Pour our bourbon in there. Then over the ice. Honestly, I'm going to top that off with a little bit more.
That is thick.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers indeed. Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's even better the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
There's a little bit less condensed milk on mine. It's kind of dripping down the side a little bit.
Yeah, that's. Is there any way to get it to be? Oh well, you know what? It kind of reminds me of icicles dripping down the side of buildings.
Probably the way to do it would have been to do that first and then stick it in the freezer.
Yeah.
But
Next time.
it works.
Jimmy Eat Dirt for $10 says, "Are you feeling adventurous? Prairie Moon, bourbon, a small shake of Tabasco sauce, and a raw egg. I promise it helps hangovers, but tastes like something."
Like something.
Well,
Here,
yes.
give it a little crunch on top.
We do love a good crunch. Yeah, that does it have a name? Because I'm curious.
This tastes exactly like a York peppermint patty.
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta
This
look
is
it up.
literally just a York peppermint patty in liquid form, and it gets me drunk.
I have that written down.
That's fantastic.
Hang on.
Prairie Moon bourbon, small shake of Tabasco, and a raw egg. It kind of sounds like a Huevos Rancheros drink.
Okay. What do you think this? How do you think this would taste? Ciroc, lemonade, Sprite, splash of Jack Daniel's honey, splash of Bullet bourbon.
To really quickly address the comment by Kiwi K, who said, "Sorry, who are you at, Christine? Their mommy." Yeah, literally, that is my mother.
That could be your mother.
That is, in fact, my mom.
Wait, but real quick, thoughts on that?
She's got a point. I typically am pretty bad at putting things in the dishwasher.
Fair.
That is not one of my strengths.
I'll help him out before I leave.
I will do it. I will do it.
Yes, good. Anyway, wait, thoughts on that drink? Just based off of what you hear. Ciroc, lemonade, Sprite, splash of Jack Daniel's honey, splash of Bullet bourbon.
The Ciroc has me a little bit off guard, but the rest of it tastes good.
Several years ago down the shore, and that's like 3 or 4. Pat Rex and I were in the basement. We were just like pre-gaming or whatever.
Right.
There was a bunch of random alcohols. We were like, let's try and make something. We put all of those together. It tastes like Christmas. Literally, we were all like, why does this taste like Christmas? Like, it smelled like a pine tree and tasted like Christmas. And we were like, this is horrifically wrong with all of these ingredients put together, but it tastes so right.
Yeah.
This reminded me of that. We need to try that. We need to put
can.
those together. Oh, if you guys hit another donation goal that ends up being a like Christmas cocktail stream, we're running. How many cocktails can we possibly make?
Don't test me.
We're gonna make a whole book. Aren't we?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Yeah. Well, all right.
And I think the stream actually did pay for the drinks, so
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
or at
That's
least
helpful.
close.
Nice.
Go us.
Oh, you.
But yeah, I feel like now's a good time to take questions.
Yeah. Feel free to.
They don't have to be necessarily related to the cocktails. They can be about pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are
Yep.
this is gonna be a good drunk folklore.
Uh huh.
Yikes.
It's a good thing I know how to operate that camera blindfolded.
As long as you're not operating heavy machinery right now, we're good.
What do you mean I can't use the forklift? I'm forklift certified.
We don't have. I want to say we can sit on the stools. Well, I guess you could pull that guy up. I feel like we might as well sit down, you know?
Yeah, we could.
I'll just fold this bad boy over here.
Fair enough. You're gonna move the light again.
Try not to.
That's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna get the other one.
The other one.
The other bat chair.
Ah, okay. Sounds good.
Considering there's multiples.
We have many chairs.
We do.
We've got like 4 chairs now. It's actually kind of ridiculous. In fact, you know what I can do? I can pull up my small laptop so I can read things as well.
The Bible has fallen.
I don't know if any of you guys heard that, but Aiden just said the Bible has fallen because there was a Bible sitting on the chair, and I guess he didn't move it.
No, I did actually. But I thought it was funny to say the Bible was fallen. Oh.
Is that the third installment in the White House has fallen, Olympus has fallen, or whatever?
The movie starts with all of them just staring at a burning acacia bush. What's a Wendigoon? I don't know. It sounds like some weird cryptid. If anybody can find out, let us know.
All right, let me get this guy pulled up. Also, go us for not losing to England today.
I know, right?
Like, I am proud of the men's team. Usually I'm just proud of the women's team. Men's team typically is kind of garbage.
Yeah, women's soccer for the USA is just consistently baller.
They are excited about the Lore Lodge drink book.
Nice.
I mean, we have 6 drinks to go in it now.
We do. How many drinks do we need to justify it?
I feel like 12.
Yeah.
To do like a little like coffee table style
Yeah.
book.
I guess we just do.
If we'd also it would be full page photographs of each drink. Obviously list ingredient. You'd probably be looking at 2 or 3 pages per drink. At least
Really?
2 pages.
Oh well, yeah. Open and shut.
Yeah, and then a third, depending on what it is, we can tell the story. We could talk about the alcohol that's going into it.
What? Oh, the thing. Right. Lore Lodge mead. Ooh.
Oh, trust me, that is on the schedule. That is something we will be doing. Just want to make sure. Do we miss any?
Here's the thing: if we do ever open up an actual lodge, all of these drinks have to be on the bar menu.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The bar menu at our lodge is going to be fantastic.
Yes. Are we gonna?
I think that's probably the most likely way that we end up with a physical brick and mortar storefront is with a bar first.
Are we gonna have?
It'll be called the Lore Lounge,
Are we gonna have our own?
and it'll be a coffee shop by
Are
day.
we gonna have our own microbrewery?
No,
Why not?
I refuse. No, but that's a legitimate thing that I want to do. Is I want to have.
We do have a Wendigo milk drink actually. It was last.
Yeah, that was what we called
last
the.
cocktail stream.
Yeah, the recipe should be on the website. I'm not sure what state the website is in at the moment. I haven't looked at it in a while. I disabled all the paid features because I was like, we can't pay attention to this at the moment.
Alex, what kind of books do you like to read? Because I could list a number of books that I've read in the past year that I would recommend, but they're all of different
See.
genres and specific interests.
But to carry on with what I was saying, what I was thinking was we open up a bar, and during the day it's a cafe,
Yeah.
and at night here's what I'm thinking. On one side you'll have all the coffee stuff.
Yes.
On the other side you'll have all the liquor stuff. So there'll be a bar on each side.
Oh, I like that.
And then from like what? Okay. Oh, I could have done that from the phone, but that
Yeah,
works
but
too.
now the resolution's maintained.
True.
Always push in with the camera if you can avoid zooming.
Yeah. So, but anyway, to finish that thought, the thinking is it'll be a cafe and bar.
Yeah.
And at like 6 p.m., the bar side will open up.
Mm.
And it probably won't have like food to start. Like we might have like, simple stuff, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I would want to eventually have like what my dream here is that you walk in and there's the full drink menu, but each night there's a different like set menu,
Yeah.
and you can order like a stew, a bread,
A bread.
yeah, like a cheese. Like you just basically there's just a set menu. You walk in, you say I'll have whatever's
Are we
on
talking a
tonight.
5-day rotation or a 7-day rotation?
Probably 7. It would be a limited menu. It wouldn't be like
Yeah.
a brand new dish every time. What I'm thinking is that way you walk in, and what you're really thinking about is your drink.
I would say though, if it's going to be a limited menu like that, you should make it seasonal.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it would be something simple so that it would basically be easy to maintain and keep prices very low. So
Yeah.
you could come in for $10, you could get a serving, and then we make the money on the drink.
Yeah.
So
And that's the way it works.
and I would want to do like long cafeteria style tables.
If
And
you
maybe
guys,
like a private room upstairs.
if you guys ever wonder like how we figure stuff out for Lore Lodge or any of our film
It's an
exploits or
accurate
anything like
description
that,
of it.
this is just these are the conversations we have even if the camera's off.
Yeah.
Like I've been talking about a feature film that we want to do within the next year if we can get the proper funding.
We're talking about. Okay. Garrett said, "What's a Wendigoon?"
Yeah, I said I don't know. It sounds like some weird cryptid. Probably some tall, hairy thing.
It's a friend of ours who was supposed to call me earlier and then didn't.
It's a friend of ours who I texted saying, "Hey, I need to know details for this," and just crickets.
I love Wendigoon so much, but oh my god,
He's
trying to
the-
contact him is a nightmare.
He's such a fun and awesome person, but I don't think he knows how to use 21st century technology. The fact that he's got
We might have better luck. We might have better luck with a smoke signal.
Probably. We could probably summon his essence here more easily than getting a response. Still,
But no,
lovely
he
guy,
is a
hilarious.
fantastic guy.
Yeah.
And like really good creator. It's just we gotta make fun of him a little
Not
bit.
even just creator, he's just a
Yeah.
fun guy to like be around.
Yes.
He's a very good person, but it's one of those things, just funny.
Okay. Mithrin said, "Is a fluff pup here tonight?" Unfortunately, no. He is with my parents. They love that dog almost as much as I do.
Secular reserve.
In order to have a liquor license, I'm pretty sure you need to serve food. It varies by state. And serve food could literally in Pennsylvania be bags of peanuts.
Yeah, liquor licenses.
In fact, that's literally what bars did during the pandemic to stay open.
Yeah, liquor licenses are expensive though.
Yeah. Well, they come by building, I think.
Depends.
Like, because I see in Phoenixville especially, I see every time bar goes down, the lease says liquor license included. Like,
Yes, but also it depends on like if it's a building that was not already like did not already have a liquor license.
Yeah.
Either way, the license itself is like
it's not that much. No.
that's
No, that would stop so many people from being able to open bars. That's 10,000 is probably the number.
I'm just saying
Okay,
what I've heard, and I know a number of people in the restaurant industry. If I'm wrong, then they were
15,000 to 500,000.
interesting.
And there are transfer costs, which are typically under 2,000. So
That's a hell of a lot better than I was led to believe.
my guess is 500,000 is in Philly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, what else we got here? Oh boy.
And Telegraph. Beep, 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 beep.
Secretary Henry said, "Sorry, I meant to super corn and syrup and graham cracker rim, corn syrup and graham cracker rim, pecan whiskey, Bacardi White. But he can't figure out the mixer. So I will say this: substitute that corn syrup out for maple or simple. You can make a very dense simple syrup by doing 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. And it is just so much better for you than corn syrup. It's obviously not good for you, but it's better for you.
Yeah.
Because corn syrup is very heavily processed. Simple syrup, if you take turbinado sugar, like the sugar in the raw,
Yeah.
if you take that and you melt it in with water,
Yeah.
it's 2 ingredients: pure sugar cane and water.
To be fair, nothing in an alcoholic drink is good for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're you get my point.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, that's
I don't know.
what I'm
With that, I mean, I think you would want to do something simple for the mixer. Not a ton of flavor to it.
I mean, what would be good with a pecan whiskey specifically?
That's what I'm trying to think of.
There are like scotches that have a nutty flavor. If you
Yeah,
want to
true.
do that, or
But
maybe
he wants a mixer.
also was good. Fair.
For a mixer for that, I think
Would you want to do like a congruent or an opposing flavor? With the
I feel like
pecan?
the Bacardi and the pecan whiskey are already
Opposing
opposing,
enough.
so I think I would want to do something that
Is
boosts the
neutral.
pecan. Yeah.
A boost pecan, yeah.
Um,
Is there like a nutty mixture or mixer? Stop.
Damn, that's a hard one to think of a mixer for.
I mean, okay, just this sounds horrible to me, but it's what came to mind.
Mhm.
And I want your opinion. Almond milk.
Here's the thing. I don't think that's a horrible idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it would bring out a little bit of the nutty flavor.
Yeah, and it's not gonna coagulate.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Try it. Let us know.
Almond milk and espresso.
Ooh, yeah, the espresso would be.
If you
nice.
did almond milk and espresso, I think that would come out really good.
Yeah.
Um,
That'd be nice.
be careful, he may hear you. Cat made may be fulfilled. Garrett says, sorry for being a bad influence, but I love you guys. Want you? You're not being a bad influence. We're already bad influences. I'm a bad influencer. It's gonna be I'm gonna put that on LinkedIn.
I hate that that's a genuinely legitimate double entendre at this point.
Yep.
As a guy who worked in a corn syrup refinery, don't eat it if you can avoid it. Period. Full stop. There's a reason the accepted ppm is so high.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's not good for you.
Kat says almond milk will 100% separate. Well, now we're gonna try it.
Really?
That's what she's saying.
Almond milk doesn't separate with espresso, and espresso is highly acidic.
Well,
we might have to try it.
Acidity and alcohol content are two
I know,
different things.
I know.
So.
Is alcohol basic or acidic?
I think it's probably. That's a good question. She suggests amaretto.
Ooh, that would work really well. But again, we're looking for a mixer.
Yeah. Because if it wasn't going to be a mixer, I would say there's some really nice
Ginger
nutty
beer?
scotches. Yeah, or ginger ale.
Yeah, ginger ale. Ginger ale is such a simple, easy one.
Yeah,
Like,
it goes with
it
literally
goes with everything. Alcohols are weak acids. Yeah, I would be surprised if like a properly made almond milk, like,
What's the pH of that?
couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Wendy can only be reliably contacted by smoke signals and telegraph.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's why I
Jimmy
did the
and Dirk.
beep, 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 beep thing.
That's really funny. It's because the service is so bad in those mountains, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it's atrocious.
I cannot believe the upload situation he described to us.
The poor man. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Tennessee, great state, terrible internet.
Yep.
What area of Pennsylvania are you? We are in southeast Pennsylvania.
Go Birds, go Wawa.
Yep.
Sheets can leave.
Philadelphia area, greater Philadelphia area, I think is what we're technically.
Yeah. I mean, we live within a nominal distance of the Greater Philadelphia Expo
Yeah.
Center, so
It does not take long to get into Philly from here. Maybe 30, 40 minutes, depending on traffic. Luke Lofton just sent us $10. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate that. 2-to-1 is hard to get right, but it could keep for like 6 months to a year at room temperature. True.
I have had Everclear with an Arnold Palmer iced tea lemonade, and I lost a couple of hours. Still very good. I don't know if you meant
I have
by
an Everclear
consciousness
story.
or off of your total lifespan.
Might take
Probably
a few
both.
years off your lifespan.
I still. At
I was
some
bartending
point-
for a party in college,
Yeah.
and we ran out of white rum,
Mm-hmm.
tequila, and vodka. And that's what I've been doing drinks with. I was making Drunken Ranchers. It's a very college drink, by the way. It's 1 part vodka, 1 part... Well, it's 1 part clear liquor, not gin. But usually we used vodka. So 1 part vodka, 1 part lemonade, 1 part lemon lime soda, and 1 part Powerade. But here's the thing. It's a 16-ounce drink. So that means 4 ounces of vodka. And I dropped a Jolly Rancher in the bottom. It was called that because it tasted like a Jolly Rancher.
Yep.
You could not taste the alcohol.
Welcome to college.
I limited people to one of these at parties.
Yep.
Because if I didn't, people would die.
Yep.
I told girls, if you drink this, don't drink for 2 hours. Like, and small men. Women and small men got the same advice.
As they should.
Large women got the same advice as most men. Like 6 foot tall
Yeah.
women. Yeah, I was like, you're good.
Yeah,
You can probably drink more than me. You're good. Like,
Adam, to answer your question, we're not like terribly close to Bridgeport, but
it's not that far.
yeah, it's not that far.
30,
Also,
40.
if you're from that area originally, do you remember a place called Chickies? Because I don't think it existed anymore, or exists anymore. But they had great pasta and meat sauce. My aunt used to take me there semi-frequently, and I enjoyed it.
All right. Gary said, I'd pay another 40 to be a narrator on the show. LOL, I got the gruff voice too. Which show?
Ours, I guess.
A shot idea is Fireball and Rum Chata. Oh, I can see how that would taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That would make sense.
Keep going. I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Okay, have fun.
I'll do my best.
You guys are nuts.
I still want to do the Everclear and pickle shot.
Yeah. But Bridgeport's not far at all. Probably half an hour. What else we got? Hi, Robert. Thank you for tuning in. Second Tenebris said, I just figured it out. Vanilla espresso. Yep. That would be fantastic. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So if you're going to do the espresso route, if you're going to go that route that you just mentioned, do it as an affogato. So I would say get a scoop of vanilla ice cream, pour the liquor over the ice cream, and then pour the espresso over the ice cream, and let it sit for like 2 or 3 minutes. Would be phenomenal. Would be delicious. I have snowbird neighbors that live across the Delaware. We once went over to Pennsylvania to get BB pellets because it's illegal in NJ to buy guns and ammo. New Jersey, what a state. What a state. Oh, okay, you're from the Lehigh area. All right. So I think Philly Rock Gym is still open in Oaks, which is right near us. 2 a.m. UK time. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you missing sleep to watch us screw around. Let's see. Yeah, man, New Jersey. You can't get BB guns and ammo in New Jersey? BB guns? We were shooting each other with BB guns when we were like 7. It's not even a joke. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it is a thing. What is the most highly recommended restaurant, non-chain, in PA, in your opinion? So here's the thing. Pennsylvania is a very big state. Like a very big state. It takes 4.5 hours to drive, or it takes about 5 hours to drive from, if you cross the bridge from New Jersey, it's going to take you a solid 5 to 5.5 hours to get to Ohio.
Yeah, at minimum.
If you want to go from one corner of the state to the other, even if you take the most direct route, which is to go through State College, it's still going to take you 6 hours, at least. Probably 6.5 from... Yeah, it's going to take 6.5, 7 probably to get from Philly to Erie. So Pennsylvania is a big state. It's kind of hard to tell you what the best restaurant would be. But in terms of really good restaurants, shoot, what is the name of the steakhouse in Blaine?
There's another good steakhouse in Philly. The other problem is that they change pretty frequently. There's a lot of turnover, especially in Philly and other different places for restaurants.
Fleming's.
Fleming's is great.
Fleming's it's in Radnor. It is expensive as all hell.
Yeah.
Like, I will warn you that it is a like high quality establishment, but oh my god, the bar is phenomenal. Some of the best old fashions I've ever had. Easily the best steak I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And every single side is perfect. I literally have never been to a better restaurant.
I don't know if
now, granted, I've been to a limited number of restaurants.
Fair.
But
I don't know if it's a chain, but Seasons 52 is really great.
Yeah, it is good. What I'll say is this: where we live, this area,
yep,
has a lot of really good hole in the wall spots, like El Burrito.
Yeah.
El Burrito is a little Mexican place on Bridge Street in Phoenixville. You would never give it a second look. It looks like a typical Mexican takeout place. It's got a few, like literally like 4 tables, probably 6 tables, but
Yeah.
small place.
Some of the best Mexican food you've ever had.
It is so good. Their burritos are phenomenal.
Yep.
Three Brothers, right up the street.
Yep.
Same deal. Little Mexican takeout place. Some of the best tacos I've ever had. And the thing is, it's like it's not white people Mexican food. It's the entire kitchen is actual like Mexicans and Latino, like from South America, Central America.
Yep.
It is traditional Mexican food. It's very good.
Yep.
Trying to think what else. All the pubs in town are really good too. Molly's has great Irish food.
They used to have a really good
Yeah.
southwestern chicken salad, but that's not good anymore.
Like if you come through the Philly area, if you're not going to do Philadelphia itself, which hands down the best food in Pennsylvania is in Philly. There's just like really incredible food of all kinds. I couldn't tell you restaurant names though.
Yeah.
But around here, if you're looking to go like Philly suburbs, Phoenixville is genuinely fantastic for food. We have, it's not going to be like, New York City high-end sushi restaurant sushi, but we've got a genuinely good sushi place.
That's the thing. For a small post-industrial town in the middle of the woods in Pennsylvania, it is undeservingly good.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it impressive. Yeah. It's not having lived in Manhattan for 4 years of my life and having been to another number of places there. Obviously, yes, there are a lot of good spots. There's also a lot of really cheap, not good spots.
Yep.
The way Phoenixville compares to it is the best spot in any neighborhood of New York you can find in Phoenixville.
Which is wild. We're not exaggerating about that. It's a really great town. The Il Graneo.
What's that?
It's the Italian place under the mainstay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It used to be...
we have a
What's that?
award-winning Italian restaurant in the basement of an old like migrant worker inn.
Yep.
That is insanity.
Yep.
They've got the best whiskey sour I've had in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
We should go this weekend.
Yeah, I'm on game.
We should definitely go.
Might as well.
Schuylkill Haven. Oh, well, that's not even that far.
I'd love, actually, now that I think about it, I'd love to do a video on the history of Phoenixville.
That would be cool.
It's a really, really good history.
Isn't most of Pennsylvania rural? Yeah.
Primarily.
Yeah.
Although I will say, the most rural Pennsylvania is like suburban Nashville.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
rural Nashville there's nothing like, unless you're in the middle of a national park here, there's nothing like rural Tennessee.
Oaks, PA, and are you guys just saying where you're from? Because we're literally right next to Oaks.
Very close.
They said insane traffic since Collegeville/Phoenixville took off. Is Collegeville taking off? Is that a thing?
I wasn't aware.
I moved here. We're currently in Collegeville.
Yeah.
Because I left Phoenixville. It was too expensive.
I'm still in Phoenixville.
He has a job.
I literally just got there and he was like, I'm leaving.
To be fair, I moved there in August of 2020. You had all the time in the world to move to Phoenix.
No, it had to be August of 2021.
No, it was August of 2020.
Okay, to be fair.
I moved to Riverworks in November of 2020.
Yeah. You weren't there for the entirety of the time between August of 2020 and now.
No, it was in Phoenix Village.
Yeah, but then you went home for it.
Like a month and a half.
That was it?
It was okay, 3 months, but it was August, September, October.
Fair.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's not the other ones were bad. It's just wow.
Lehigh Valley, let's go.
This is hilarious to watch. I've never drank alcohol besides Catholic Mass.
Yes, Pennsylvania is the only thing that's been in between.
I think it's funny that like, does Alex think we're drunk?
Who?
Alex Corp said this is funny to watch. Them only ever had alcohol during Mass.
Well, stick around.
Sounded like you were gonna go for the the Jordan Peterson there. Uh,
Well, if you stick around, like, man, you're gonna see the underworld.
you're gonna need to rescue your father from the serpent.
I will become the serpent that his father will have to come and fight with Archie. Like, no, it's not real. Okay.
Now cry. Adam said, I didn't realize how spoiled I was for food in PA until I moved out to Oregon. Yeah, Pennsylvania, like suburban Philadelphia, has such good food.
I will say Oregon does have some good spots for food. Go to Cannon Beach and go to Pelican Brewing. Best burger I've ever had.
All the beer in Oregon are IPAs is like the most Oregon thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I remember when we were out in Oregon and we were talking with this guy, he was the most West Coast person you could ever meet. And it was like, I immediately in that moment thought to myself, wow, it is so pretty out here. I love it out here. Wow, these people suck.
Was it Portland?
Portland was worse. But no, this was on
I mean, the dream of the 90s is alive in Portland.
No, most of the people we met out there were very nice, but it was just like, it's a very, very different lifestyle. And being so blatantly East Coast, I don't know how much I'd actually be able to like fit in out there.
Yeah.
So,
East Coast is, like, you wouldn't think that it would be that different.
No.
It's different.
it's so different.
Um,
LA's even worse.
IPAs exist to make beer appear more drinkable. IPAs exist because they had to screw with it to make it stable enough to survive the journey from England to India. It's literally stale beer. IPAs are by definition stale beer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everybody's like, here, let me put my hair back in a man bun, wear the same glasses as every other nonconformist in the world, roll up my jeans, and I don't even know where else to go with that. Vote Bernie, I guess. Like,
Fair. Also,
everyone's the same person.
yeah. Also, thank you to those who enjoy the Peterson impression. I will say I do have a slightly unfair advantage. I have met the man, so it's, I got to experience it in real.
Also, not saying voting for Bernie is bad. It's just, it seems like they're all the type, you know?
Yeah.
Like, every single person from Portland seems like they're the same
It's
person.
just as like Northwest Texas would be all Trump, or more Northeast Texas would be all Trump. The northwestern part of the state, it would, or the states. I should
We
say.
like to stereotype other white people here at the Lore Lodge.
Yeah. They're the only people we're allowed those stereotypes. And that's okay.
Let's see. What else we got in here?
Oh, I did see a funny thing earlier today that Alaska is now technically part of the Midwest.
Huh?
Just be.
What do you mean?
So
What do you mean Alaska is part of the Midwest?
they have the same mentality and they do the same things.
I'm pretty sure any Alaskan would be offended if you said, "Oh, you guys are just like Ohio."
Well, no, because they were giving shit to Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So it was on. I can't remember the guy's name.
All right. So Ohio isn't Midwest; it's just hell.
No, Ohio isn't Midwest. It's just mid.
New U.S. map: Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Iowa. Those are all Midwest.
Yeah.
Ohio is just mid.
What's that open spot in the middle of the map? It's just gray. That's just mid.
And then of course, like Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware.
Yes, Adam. Yes, you've seen the same video that I have. He said they invented ranch,
Who?
Alaska.
What?
Yeah, the person who invented ranch is from the Midwest, but he moved to Alaska and he invented it while he was in Alaska. Hidden Valley's a real place.
So upsetting. But anyway, as I was saying,
Why?
Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, those are all mid-Atlantic.
Yes.
And then New Jersey's just mid. So New Jersey and Ohio are both mid.
Ohio's mid. New Jersey's just Atlantic.
Which is a testament to how we wish that New Jersey was just the Atlantic.
Would just fall into the ocean, yes.
That would give Bucks County beachfront property.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if Philadelphia was just a straight coastal city, not a weird port city on a river?
Be glorious.
Ugh.
Be glorious. But
Like, imagine sitting in a penthouse apartment in Philadelphia and you look east, and you don't have to look at Jersey.
no.
No, you're just looking at the beautiful Atlantic Ocean.
South Jersey is just flat horrible.
South Jersey is owned by Pennsylvanians.
Yeah, so SS saying that I've heard of some Americans thinking that Alaska is right besides Hawaii. Number one, that's our wonderful education system at work there. Number two, most maps don't actually depict the full continental U.S. in context with the other like aspects of the U.S.
Yeah.
It's just continental U.S. and then over here in the bottom corner, they have little like sectioned off spots with Hawaii and Alaska.
Yeah.
So on most maps, Hawaii and Alaska are right next to each other. But most people who don't look at an actual globe don't realize how far away they are.
Yeah, the problem is if we had Alaska on the map in its proper location, we'd also have to include all of Canada.
Yeah.
Which just maybe that means we should just annex Canada.
I'm surprised.
Why don't we take Greenland? It's right there.
No one.
And they don't answer any kind of polls anyway. Like, you look at any map where it's like about like, you know, how any country feels about anything, and Greenland's always just blank.
It's because no one's there.
There's a few Inuits there. I
Well,
think
we'll leave them alone. we'll not make the same mistake.
they
that we
can
did
work on
before.
the oil refineries.
They're just clubbing seals anyway.
Jimmy Dirt said, "I like how my question about restaurants just totally derailed the conversation." It's fine.
No, this
Isn't a normal
conversation.
This isn't a normal stream. This is a stream progressively getting more drunk.
Yep. You know it's bad when you're the one saying to me I can't say
Yeah.
something because
You're gonna get us
99% of the
canceled.
time, 99% of the time it's the other way around.
Spoon said Aiden is the Serpent King. Which Aiden?
Who do you think?
I don't know.
The one who was doing the Peterson.
You were saying you have to fight the serpent.
Oh, you might be.
Am I the
Oh,
Serpent King?
imagine a really horribly CGI version of yourself as the Serpent King instead of the Scorpion King.
I feel so bad for the animators for that because it was not their fault that looked so bad.
No, it wasn't at all. Did you see that Brendan Fraser interview?
No.
Yeah, no, he was like, when he saw the animators at the premiere, they were like, he was very nice about it because he was Brendan Fraser. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's Brendan Free.
And so it was like they were
Great
very
guy.
nice, whatever. And they were, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and like this. But he was like, "Yeah, we were the animators for the CGI, whatever." And they were like, "Yeah, we needed more time." At the premiere on the red carpet, they were like, "Yeah, we needed more time
did not
before
need
anyone
time.
seen the film." Oh, the poor guys and gals, whoever worked on it.
You can use the cinnamon stick as a straw.
What?
This changes everything.
This is. My eyes are open.
I'm seeing clearly for the first time.
The rain is gone.
What? You must become a chimpanzee full of snakes, and with an Archie full of snakes, you must save your father from the underworld.
Oh, if you guys start sending.
So make your bed. You're responsible for yourself.
If you guys just start sending Peterson quotes, we will read them.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to let us know which Aiden you want to read them.
IPAs exist to clean floors. They taste like pine sol.
Hey, you two, you've helped me get back into Christianity and reconnect with faith. So I want to thank you for that. Also, I love all the videos and how much you conduct yourselves
Oh, thank you.
and how you conduct yourself. Much love. Well, Montana,
Thank you.
we're glad to hear that in multiple ways. Honestly, the fact that we're making a positive impact on anybody's lives is really the primary reason we're doing this. Because, like, if nobody cared, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as fun that way.
Seems like people are actually being entertained.
Yeah, and as long as you guys are enjoying it and something like good is coming of it, then we're golden. That's what we're here for.
Let's see. I know you're not drunk yet. I say that because my little sister is drank, but I'm just a prude teen and a buzzkill, apparently. I didn't start drinking until college.
Neither did I.
Yeah, we were not into drinking in high school.
I didn't-
It's not necessary.
No, it's not.
I cannot think of a single way in which my high school experience would have been improved in a way that would not have been a net negative in the future had I started drinking in high school.
Yeah, I genuinely, I had friends who started drinking in high school, and I literally would ask them. I was always the DD because I just didn't have any interest, and I literally didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand why. What's the point? Like, why do you do it?
Yeah, it just
And I still like. I understand now that there are I can't even call them benefits. It's just like it's the way of the world in the sense of it's a social currency. Like if you're going out and doing things with people,
I have a drinking problem.
best one of the best parts of airplane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's just kind of a social standard. But at the end of the day, like if you,
It's not funny, is it?
it's really yeah. More times than not, whether it was in high school or in college or after college, like there are some nights where I just don't feel like drinking. And I remember in college, people would be like, "Do you want anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." And they're like, "What do you just like? Are you getting over like whatever? Like And I'm like, "No, I just don't really feel like it tonight."
yeah.
And they were like that. I admire it so much. Yeah, like they don't know how to comprehend it, but it's like at the end of the day, really, like it is very rare when you're actually going to run into somebody who's like, "Oh, what? You're not drinking, whatever." And like usually, if somebody's doing that, most of the other people in the scenario are going to be like, "Chill, dude." Like if they don't want to, whatever.
When did I say Missouri was not part of the Midwest?
That's a great question.
Why everyone talking bad about Ohio?
Sequitur
For me, it's primarily an issue of I went to Penn State, so therefore I must hate Ohio with every fiber of my being.
every Buckeye must die.
Yeah.
Sequitur from 1999 said, Ohio is just a place the government dumps all the random, used, and unwanted cryptids, curses, and conspiracy theories for Satan to crap on. Those a lot of words.
I found this TikTok suggesting we flood Ohio with seawater to make the world's largest salmon farm. It would be a better use of the space.
Is that not one of your TikToks?
I'm surprised. At that.
Do you agree with Chief Keef's stance on New Jersey?
I don't know what it is.
because I don't know what it is.
You're gonna have to tell us what it is.
Yeah.
We won't fight back.
I had to clip the cinnamon stick moment. That was an eye-opening moment that deserves to live on. Honestly, glad you did. That should live on forever.
Boy. The Montana Walker one. Ohio is just the place where government dumps all the random, used, and unwanted cryptids, curses, and conspiracy theories for Satan to crap on.
I guess you didn't hear me read that.
No,
45 seconds
I did.
ago.
I just saw it myself. Wait, what was Chief Keef's stance on NJ?
We're gonna find out.
What is Chief Keef's stance?
Alex said, Mattis, you said in a Twitch stream that Missouri is a southern state and not a Midwest state.
It was a slave state, wasn't it? Right?
I guess. Fair. Oh, wow, you're like done everything.
This should not surprise you.
No, I just like... No, it doesn't surprise me. I was just like, I'm surprised that you were going that quick.
I mean, I have to do a drunk folklore video after
you
this.
should
I
probably-
need to be drunk.
You
Like,
probably make some more.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Because you still sound sober.
I know. That's the. This is something that I have been told recently a lot. A lot of my friends have been like newer friends, consistently. How are you so coherent right now?
Because they haven't known you.
People who have watched me put away like 10 to 12 drinks in a couple hours,
Yeah.
and who are just like, why are you functional? Since college.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
That's the thing though. I didn't drink until college, and then I went to Penn State.
He made up for it.
Yeah, it was. With all the stereotypes you hear about Penn State as a party school are honestly underselling it. It's not quite WVU, you know. It's not Arizona State.
It's also not like
Well, Alabama's not a party school in the same way. Alabama's a very like Greek life, like southern. Yeah, like. Here's the thing: we could never beat them in football, but a drinking competition, we'd wipe the floor with them.
Yeah, that's the thing about northern schools, whether it's even in the Midwest northern stuff.
You wake up in a Penn State winter,
Yeah.
you do a shot of Fireball just to walk to class.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like my buddy went to Bonaventure, and he was like, "Yo, all we had was drinking and basketball, so we got really good at drinking."
Chief Keef's beef with the Garden State stems from a 2014 attempted chain snatching incident during a Keef Club performance in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Not a single one of those words is in the Bible.
Okay, Isaiah.
While in the club, a group of men tried and failed to rob Sosa's jewelry. Who is Sosa? Is that Keef? After the attempted robbery, the rapper used Finetto to threaten the entire state. What does that mean? I'm riding through New York, finna go and blow New Jersey up, trying to take my chain, it ain't going. we gonna come up and blow New Jersey up.
Someone clip that.
I feel like Ben Shapiro reading WAP right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you just need to learn the violin.
I'm riding through New York, hypothetically. Finna go and blow New Jersey up, folks. Gang, we're gonna blow New Jersey up.
Okay, we just figured it out. You have to do the Shapiro impression. I'll do Peterson. We should do a riff like that at some point.
That's right, Vince. I'm riding through New York, finna go and blow New Jersey up. You best believe it. I know it, you know it. Trying to take my chain, it ain't going. We gonna come up and blow New Jersey up.
Frankly, it's not going anywhere. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. If anyone's going anywhere,
we're
it's
going to
me.
sell New Jersey to Saudi Arabia. It's going to make us billions and billions of dollars.
No one's ever
We're going to
be
use them to bomb
anyone
China. What? The millionaires and the billionaires in New York gonna go and blow New Jersey up.
Bernie, you don't know what you're talking about.
We're gonna hit Bernie Sanders versus
it's
Trump.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Bernie Sanders versus Trump debate. It's us, and we're talking about the Wendigo.
Do it right now. Go. Start. Wait, who do you want to be? Because I could be either and you can be either. Wait, no. Let's have them pick.
Yeah, you guys pick.
Of the two, who should be?
Gonna make both of these public figures sound absolutely horrible.
Oh, yes. Like other people have it. This is a new SNL skit.
Like each of them having themselves.
They have provided enough like spook material of themselves.
Listen, we were robbed. We were robbed of Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump debate.
Could you imagine? They would have been the best debates ever.
It's been hilarious.
Someone tell Bernie to run in 2024 so we can get those debates. For the love of God. No.
Someone tell Bernie to retire. The man needs a few years
Okay,
before he dies.
So Adam said Matthias Trump. So you're going to be
Okay.
Trump. I'll be Bernie. Ready? You start off with the argument.
All right, now listen, Bernie, you don't understand. I was there. It was very cold, the coldest it's ever been. In fact, I was the warmest person to ever be in the cold. And I can tell you right now, I watched the man kill and eat Ted Cruz. I watched
Donald, listen to me, okay? We have to take the Wendigo from the 1% over to the other 99%. As soon as we distribute the Wendigo across the rest of the 99%,
Why don't you
we'll
put the
fight.
Wendigo
We'll
in
fight.
one of your 3 houses?
No, okay, listen to me. You're focusing on the wrong topic here, okay? If you take the Wendigo out of the Colorado wilderness and you put him into the middle of New York, right? Okay, it'll be great, it'll be fun.
No, I live in New York. No, you're wrong.
What's wrong?
We put the Wendigo in China.
Then why don't you pay your
We
taxes?
send the Wendigo to China. My taxes are none of your concern. I have the largest hands.
They look pretty small to me, Donald. Just listen to me, look at me. I understand the difference between large and small hands. Okay? The invisible hand is a very big hand, and it's taken a lot of stuff from me. Hand scene.
Another clippable moment, Chief Keep Shapiro. Oh my god.
Oh, that's incredible.
We should do drunk streams more often.
We
This is
really
great.
should.
The only 3 drinks I like are cranberry vodka and margaritas. I'm surprised I don't like sweet alcoholic drinks. I like alcohol to remind me that it's still alcohol. Are you going through it? Are you okay?
From 2 people who've been there. Do you need help? Oh. I do love that we're both good at impressions, so we can do that.
Also, greetings from Nebraska.
Did I just
New Queen
If you
song.
did, well, then we're gonna have free healthcare for you, so we'll take care of it.
New Queen song, The Fairy Feller's Minor Stroke. Montana Walker, I'm curious.
When did
Your name is Montana, but you say you're from Nebraska. Curious, isn't it? Should just start making those. Remember
Why isn't your name Omaha?
Remember in like 2018 when there were all the Turning Point USA memes, where they would like put random stuff, like random sentences, and then have it be a Turning Point USA thing.
No. Oh, wait, no, I think I do.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
We should make those, but about cryptids.
Oh my god, it'd be hilarious.
What cryptids will we have here? And being part of Cherokee, should I be worried about a Cherokee devil? I came across rather information rather interesting information about the Cherokee Devil when we were researching for the Skunk Ape video. The Wikipedia version is nowhere near as interesting as the actual folklore version, the Sulkalu. We have in our Skunk Ape video.
I was gonna say it wasn't. So long
Yeah,
ago.
go watch the Skunk Ape video. It's like 20 minutes long. We talk about the Sulkalu in that, and that's the Cherokee Devil, and it's a very interesting creature. Seems less of a general aggressor and more of a the reason. So the folklore reason for why the Cherokee Devil is not friendly to humans is based on a story of a young girl marrying one and then the mother of the girl being terrified of it. So I just think that's interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is epic. Speed it up a bit and you got the Shapiro impression.
If there's any other impressions you want to hear tonight, let us know. We'll give them a shot. Can't promise they'll be good, but
I think it's 11 miles offshore is international waters, not 3 miles, but good point. The new epic
it's 11 or 12. Yeah.
Let's see. In New Jersey, you can legally drink at home at 18 with parents' permission or supervision. I think that should be the rule everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to drink as a legal adult. in
Well,
your
the
own
thing
home.
is, like, so many teenagers are gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you might as well not criminalize that, but just make it to the point where it's like, if as long as there's a safe zone in a house where there is a responsible adult, because it's better than them trying to sneak around and do it on their own and then not having the supervision of an adult when things go bad. Because as it is right now, the misconception is like, oh, we can't go to our parents or else we're gonna get in trouble or like this, that, or whatever. It's like, leave it up to the parents' discretion, but
Do you want to finish that one? I can make you one of these two.
yeah, sure. Alex said a Solon Biden moment would be hilarious. Ooh, a Jabba the Hutt impression. Oh my god, you want to try that? If I can do that. It's just like this.
Biden's rather easy pickings.
Fair, you just stare into the camera blankly.
Now listen here, Fat. I was there when the Wendigo happened. I am not the Wendigo. But, the Wendigo can be described in one word. Jill, when's bedtime? This is my lovely sister, Jill. I love her.
Bill, you're talking to the mirror again.
We're coming for all the presidents.
Yeah.
Can you do a Clinton impression?
I was just gonna try and do JFK.
Now, let me be clear. We have sent the Wendigo to Yemen, and we will be bombing him. This is simply because I enjoy bombing Yemen.
Well, see, now I thought it was because they were. I can't do a Bush for my life.
No,
but
that is not Bush.
what would it be like? There's a little bit of a list.
I dream of a day when man and fish can coexist as friends.
There are.
That's an actual George Bush quote.
Yep. There are Wendigos in Iran.
Wait, what's the...
It's something WMDs were in what, Iran or Iraq? Supposedly.
Now, our enemies are innovative and resourceful. So are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people. And neither do we. You know, I'm just going to read... There's an entire Wikipedia page of Bushisms. We're just going to go through some of
I
these.
know Clinton's something along the lines of like,
I think we can agree. The past is over. Now, they misunderestimated me.
you know what I think is so funny? Everyone hated Bush his second term, but as soon as Trump was president,
We were like, wait a second.
they were like, it was immediately like,
This
wait a
wasn't so bad.
second, why did we hate Bush so much?
In a winter cap.
Yeah, where's
And a fireball.
yeah, fireballs.
See what else?
I'll finish mine in a second.
Now, yesterday you made fun of the lack of talent when it came to dancing. But nevertheless, I want you to know I dance with joy. And no question, Liberia has gone through very difficult times.
I just want you to know that when we're talking about war, we're really talking about peace. Ah, what a great
Did I already do that?
I love that he retired and is just painting dogs now. What a
what-
wholesome. Well, he's not. I was going to say war criminal, but that's Dick Cheney.
This one sounds like a Trump quote, but it is in fact a Bush quote.
Let's see it.
I'm the commander. See, I don't need to explain. I do not need to explain why I say things. That's the interesting thing about being president. Maybe somebody needs to explain to me why they say something, but I don't feel like I owe anything an explanation.
Poor Jeb.
Yeah. This became the absolutely most ridiculous political commentary.
Wait,
ever.
ready? I'm gonna do a Jeb Bush impression. Ready?
Please clap.
He tried so hard to be relatable. 2016 was a really weird year to watch people try and like become president.
I'm telling you, there's an enemy that would like to attack America. Americans, again. There just is. That's the reality of this world. And I wish him all the very best.
Can you do a Nixon?
Oh, God, I haven't heard Nixon speak in a
You
really
just
long
gotta,
time.
like,
What's a Nixon quote?
I'm not Trump. Or something along those lines.
No.
Yeah. You gotta like, you gotta essentially let your jaw just fly around.
Nixon Quora is what I just typed.
A man is not finished when he's defeated. He is finished when he quits.
What about this one?
I can take it. The tougher it gets, the cooler I get.
What about this one?
Only if you have been in the deepest valley can you ever know how magnificent it is to be on the highest mountain.
Do all of these not sound like innuendos to you?
They do.
If you want to make beautiful music, you must play the black and white notes together. Whoa, the civil rights era must have been an interesting time to be a politician.
Oh my god.
You work 3 jobs? Uniquely American, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
you-
mean,
you-
that is fantastic that you're doing that.
You need jowls to be Nixon. I kind of
Yeah.
have a little bit of jowls. Yeah, exactly. That's literally best Nixon impression you could ever do. Bush is Foghorn Leghorn.
What?
Well, say what I say.
Foghorn Leghorn? What?
Somebody said Bush is Foghorn Leghorn. It's hilarious.
Those were not words.
Jimmy Dirt said, Jeb Bush to win the Ukrainian referendum in the Donbass region by a wide margin. Putin, I don't know how it is possible, but the U.S. is responsible. What? Decided. Oh. Someone vote Jeff in for president of Ukraine.
Finish that.
All right. Any more ice?
Yeah. Put it in. Stop. All right, we're gonna see how this turns out when we use the actual maple syrup instead. This is whiskey barrel aged maple syrup, so I'm expecting great things. Dude, I am so good at the pours. I didn't measure anything.
I know that the context of that, it's called POURS, but because it's been a political conversation,
Has this really been a political conversation? I feel like we're just making fun of presidents.
we are. Every president.
This is not political. This is... I don't know what this is.
The problem is nobody knows what Jimmy Carter sounded like.
I think he was just
Now, rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?
Ooh, can we get a Clinton and Epstein interaction impression?
What does Epstein sound like?
I don't know. I think
Clinton was just something like this.
Oh, yeah.
He was just really, really suave.
I did not have sexual relations with that Wendigo.
But I did put that saxophone in my mouth. And you better believe I played that so good on The Tonight Show.
Funny quotes by President Bill Clinton. Here we go.
let's try him.
Now, it depends on what the meaning of the words is.
It depends on how you define alone.
There were a lot of times when we were alone, but I never really thought we were.
When I was in England, I experimented with marijuana a time or two. And I didn't like it. I didn't inhale, I never even tried.
I do not believe that for a second. That man
No, that
baked
man
his
was
entire
totally
presidency. I don't know whether it's the finest public housing system in America or the crown jewel of the American penal system.
It was a real sort of
Now I'll
sound.
tell you about my penal system.
Monica knew about my penal system.
Oh, and there was another intern that mysteriously died who knew about my penal system. That's not a joke.
I won't say it was Hillary, but it might have been.
No, it wasn't. Hang on.
Yeah,
Was it?
it sounds like rope creaking.
Yeah, look up Mary Mohane. Do that.
Clinton and Biden arguing over the civil rights movement. I don't know what they'd argue about.
They'd just be lying about their own records.
Fair. Y'all gonna read my 20 or you? Oh, sorry. Wait.
Sorry, we've been hung up on the Bushisms.
Yeah. Sequitur said you have no idea how much we drink in Bama. During COVID, Mama Ivy ordered the liquor stores stay open. She always drinking Trias Yankees. Trias Yankees be raised on 120 proof moonshine, hot 90-degree summer day. Yeah.
Yeah, can you send that again in English this time?
That's the thing. Everybody from the South is like, you don't understand. It gets hot. as
Let me-
shit down
let me
here.
read-
It's
let
like,
me-
No.
let
It
me-
goes all the way up to New York.
Let me explain to you how that sounded just now. You have no idea how Mama Ivy or liquor
Yeah, come on,
stores
one,
stay
two,
open.
and out three.
He always drinking. Try saying hot night or something. Like that's what I heard. That's
You know who you sounded like? You sounded like McMurray.
McMurray for president. How are you now?
Good news, not so bad.
What are you guys drinking tonight? Were you not paying attention?
It would seem not.
What we're drinking is 3 drinks we just came up with. One's called the Gin Walker. That is gin, grenadine, a maraschino cherry, cherry bitters, and tonic. Then we've got these guys. What were we calling these? Original Sin.
Yes.
These are, ready for this one? These are bourbon, Jack Daniel's winter cider. What was the other one? Fireball, maple syrup, and was there anything else in it? Oh, and a cinnamon stick.
Tell you what, man, dang old
Oh, an apple
man,
cider.
talking about old man, old man. Oh, is that Boomhauer? I'll tell you what, man, old man, dang old man, dang old.
Honestly, I don't think it tastes much different with the syrup versus the extract.
No, not really.
My mother was born in Montana. She likes to say enough to name her son after it, I guess. Your name is Montana. Okay, that is cool.
Yeah, JD Petty.
That's a solid.
If that was supposed to be Boomhauer, I appreciate that.
Is that Joe Biden reclaimed having a stroke? Born Confused sent us 500. Is that yen?
Could you do a Tim Pool impression?
Everybody, I'm gonna say it. Civil War. Like that's all I can do for Tim Pool.
Fair.
Like
He's got a hard. Do an impression of Wendadad trying to run for president against a skinwalker.
I don't think I could mimic Isaiah's accent.
I could try. It would just be him walking into a frame with a rifle and being like, "Yeah, vote for me."
Those were some glorious memes that came out of that moment.
Yeah, they were great.
Oh my gosh. Hung Up on the Bushes sounds like a reality TV show. Oh my gosh. So what do you mean you can beat us at more than just football? You never play us. You hide in your little SEC where there's 3 good teams and a bunch of garbage ones. We have to play Michigan and Ohio State every year.
What else are you considering yourself to be beating us at?
Also, I just really quickly want to bring up, let's bring up the NCAA football standings right now.
Jimmy Dirt, I would say he's definitely no. When he texts, people are like, "Why are you so formal when you text?" It's weird because he probably literally has a PhD in linguistics. But just man, the way he talks to people, like it's you know, it's nice.
So let me just really quickly. I want to mention this today. You can beat us at football. Yankees, people from up north, right? The Civil War, all that. I want to point out that you guys do have Georgia. Georgia is number 1 right now. But Ohio State is number 2. And Michigan is number 3. And Penn State even is number 11, and we've lost 2 games. So interesting then that not only is Alabama behind TCU, not only is Alabama behind Southern California, not only is Alabama behind LSU and Clemson, but Alabama is number 8. And this is the school that like is the go-to. This is the dream school for the best high school football players. And y'all are number 8? Listen, I'm never going to say anything good about Ohio State or Michigan, but come on.
Where's Notre Dame at?
13.
Okay. I will say I'm more of an LSU guy because I worked in an LSU bar across the street from the Empire State Building when I was in college. So
I mean,
by proxy.
you guys are vaguely ahead of Tennessee. And they're volunteers.
Adam says Bama boy thinks he can outdrink us Yankees. Yeah, trust me. Between November and April, there's nothing else to do.
On my 20th birthday, I did 20 shots for 20 years in an hour and a half.
Ooh, Spoon says all of Pennsylvania versus Florida. Who wins? See, here's the problem.
What's Florida's population? That has to be taken into
It
account.
has to be taken in. Here's the problem. Florida's the new Texas, right? Now, I affectionately
Okay.
call Pennsylvania the Texas of the East Coast.
It is the Texas of the North.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that Florida, as we all know, is the wild card state of all of the union.
Mm-hmm.
So,
To be fair, a lot of that has to do with their criminal justice laws, because most states don't allow you to release the name of people who have been charged with things.
right, so they're able to say
Florida
a lot more
does.
stories.
Yeah. So Florida can list the name of any charged criminal. We can't. Here's the thing. So Florida has almost twice our population. That was suggestive.
I wanted the chocolate.
Florida has almost twice our population, but let's say assuming even military sizes, Pennsylvania has striker armored vehicles. Florida does not. Pennsylvania can fight in the cold. Florida cannot.
But it also depends what's the battleground state.
Yeah, true. What are we fighting over?
Yeah. I mean, home field advantage on both fronts because I guarantee.
Oh,
they're
we
gonna-
would absolutely hate fighting in swamps.
Oh my god, yeah.
Be terrible.
But oh, you're so cute when y'all are hot and bothered, and yes, I can drink y'all under the table 10 times over.
I will invite you to Pennsylvania to prove it. I'll pay for absolutely nothing.
When we get to the point where we can afford that, we will. We're not there.
Once the lodge is up and running with a brick and mortar storefront, you can come
Yes.
up and drink for free if you can beat me. What did Pat think?
So remember that friend that I said went to Bonaventure and he said all we had was drinking and basketballs, but we got really good at drinking? He was pretty convinced he could outdrink Aiden. That didn't end well.
I tried. Yeah, I won't go into details, but no, it did not.
I love him with all my life, just as I love this boy with all my life. I tried to be kind because he can drink a lot. He absolutely can. This man's a tank.
I don't look it.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm
suspect.
a lot more dense than I look. Like you
Yeah.
guys have seen me standing up this string,
Like, I'm not that big a dude. I'm 5'9", but I'm 200 pounds.
Yeah. He's pickles.
So we'll see. We'll see what you can do. I can drink an entire gallon of Blessed Church wine. So who's the real winner? That is something that baffles me about Catholics. Is that they like part of their doctrine is that when they do the Eucharist, this is the same with Orthodox, I think. When they take the Eucharist, they believe that the wine and the wafer like legitimately do become the body and blood of
I was
Christ.
raised Catholic.
I know. The Bible absolutely does not say that at any point. Christ is clearly speaking symbolically, and they're like, nah, this is real. And I'm like, oh, okay, guys. Yeah, once we can accommodate guests, we will bring people up, and y'all are welcome to try, and we will give you the alcohol on us. But, whew. How are they 8 still? I have no idea because the entire SEC is biased.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. What other 9-2 teams are there? Okay, so here
you gotta keep slamming this. We're
I know.
gonna do drunk folklore.
I know. So here's the thing. Alabama is 9-2. So is Tennessee, Oregon, Penn State, Washington, North Carolina, Tulane, Cincinnati.
Wait, explain this to me.
Coastal Carolina is 9-1.
Scroll back up.
Yeah.
Why is LSU above Clemson if Clemson's 10-1 and LSU's 9-2?
This is a poll of coaches.
Oh, so the coaches page.
There's not an objective metric here because the quality of each team changes from week to week. So here's the thing. Ohio State and Michigan, if they were 10-1, would probably be below Alabama. Or at the very least below Clemson.
But Alabama's 9-2.
I know. But they supposedly have a harder schedule. But that's the thing, is like Penn State lost to both these teams, but those are the only two teams they've lost to this year.
No, Episcopal doesn't do. I went to an Episcopalian high school, and they didn't do Eucharist.
In high school, obviously not. But at church they do.
Really?
You take communion at church, yeah.
For Episcopalian?
Mhm.
Interesting. For some reason, growing up, I thought that was just like a purely Catholic thing.
There's an old saying in Tennessee. I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee. It says, "Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, can't get fooled again."
I miss W.
I would take George W. Bush's king just so that we could get more Bush.
Can we start a petition to get W back at this election cycle?
I want.
I don't care if he's
You know,
like governor or something.
rewrite the whole system. We have consuls, and it's Bill Clinton and George Bush.
Oh, I'm in. Or no, wait. What would you rather see? What would you rather see? Clinton and Bush, or Bernie and Trump?
Well, one would probably keep the country from completely falling apart.
I was gonna say one's gonna be good for the country. One's gonna be really entertaining.
Wait. You got single mothers working hard, put food on their family.
I would say
The best one. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
the state of the presidential electorate office began to decline after JFK. We have not had a respectable president. Obama was relatively.
JFK was actively cheating on his wife in the White House.
That's why I said after JFK, he was the start of it.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you saying JFK was
No.
respectable?
He was the beginning of the end.
Wilson wasn't great either.
No. Really, after
And you know how I feel about FDR.
I was gonna say, well, Teddy Roosevelt. That's what
Teddy Roosevelt was the last great American president. Truman was all right.
Truman was fine.
Coolidge was okay.
Nobody remembers.
Eisenhower was solid.
What did Carter do?
Honestly, like Coolidge, Truman, and Eisenhower
They were fine.
they were top tier.
Yeah, they did.
You know why? They didn't do anything.
Exactly. They recognized, oh, shit's fine.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like Clinton should have never. Neither. I mean, obviously, most of the presidents in the last half century should have been president.
I'm gonna put people in my place. So when history of this administration is written, at least there's an authoritarian voice saying exactly what happened. The correct word would have been authoritative.
Yeah. Oh man, that poor boy. Man, Dick Cheney really had.
See, in my line of work, you got to keep repeating things over and over again for the truth to sink in, to kind of catapult the propaganda. I'll be long gone before some smart person ever figures out what happened inside this Oval Office.
So he was aware. So he was fully aware. Oh, God.
I think George Bush was very well aware that he had no business being in that office.
No, but here's the thing. Who let him do, like, hearings or, like, just press? Who let him talk to the press? That's what the press secretary's for.
I know, but this was way better. I'm pretty sure that's why all the presidents since have used press secretaries for pretty much everything except scripted speeches.
Yeah.
The West Wing was on during his presidency. Did he not watch?
No.
Did he not learn? President Josiah Bartlett was the best president that never existed.
Yeah. Now, too many good docs are getting out of the business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women across this country.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not making up those inflections there. I've watched the videos of him saying these things, and I am mimicking them.
Oh, God.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Well, Cody, to your point, if they didn't let Biden speak to the press, half of the country would think that he was dead.
Yeah, sir.
So it's like,
if Biden did not make an appearance for an entire week, the entire country would assume he was dead. Like,
like they have to keep throwing him out there to keep letting people know he's still alive.
every time the man gets off stage, he looks confused. We need to, you know how we have 35 as the minimum age?
Yeah.
We need to set like 58 as the maximum
Oh,
age.
yeah, we do need a maximum.
He's gonna be like 57, so that you're out of office by 65.
SS said, "Oh my God, I thought Canadian prime ministers were bad."
All right, none of our presidents have done blackface recently, so you know what? Calm yourself there.
Jimmy said, "Bush is a retroactively good president."
I will say
was entertaining.
His speech on September 12th,
Yeah, no, that was extra.
where the guy yelled, "We can't hear you," and he yelled back, "Well, we can hear you."
Yeah.
And every one of them over there is gonna hear us soon. Like that was clearly not scripted.
No.
And it was a very good moment.
That was the moment that.
And then
secured
he
him a
proceeded
second
to
term.
sign the Patriot Act and
And
cement
then-
himself as the worst president in U.S. history.
Yeah, it's such a shame because he had such an opportunity to make a great impact just overall, and then he destroyed our liberty.
This is still a dangerous world. It's a world of madmen and uncertainty and potential mental losses.
Missile launches.
Yep. When was the last time somebody threw a shoe at a president?
Bush.
I know.
Dude, if you throw a shoe at Biden, you'd kill him. Like,
Well, that's the thing.
if you threw a shoe at Trump, you'd be like, okay, listen, that was very disrespectful.
Yeah. Get him away from this stage!
Get him out of here!
Get him out
Get him out of here!
They try and throw things at me. Oh, wait, no, that was like half Bernie.
The
half
fact that
Trump.
we've maintained viewership throughout this is proof that if you make fun of both sides, everybody's happy.
That's the thing. This is what SNL used to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Trump would be like, they're throwing things at me. But I keep doing like half Bernie, half Trump. It's weird.
Well, I mean that a defeat in Iraq will embolden the enemy and will provide the enemy more opportunity to train, plan, to attack us. That's what I mean. It's, one of the hardest parts of my job is to connect Iraq to the war on terror.
The man was speaking nothing but facts.
Who voted for him?
More than half the country. The best part of this is that he won twice.
Who did he run against in
Well, Al Gore was kind of a mess.
no.
And then in 2004, it was John Kerry, who has the charisma of a wet napkin.
Well, no wonder why. Why did the DNC continuously pick the worst possible candidates they could?
Are you telling me Hillary Clinton was not a beacon of inspiration to the
Bernie would have had a better shot.
Oh, he would have. That's why they wouldn't let him win.
The DNC picked literally any other woman, she would have won.
Except Kamala.
Except you could have chosen anybody but Hillary and Kamala, and they would have won.
Yeah, Stacey Abrams wouldn't have either.
I don't even know who that is.
Tulsi Gabbard would have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean, apparently anyone would have this last time around.
yeah, true.
Do you remember when media outlets were running articles titled "Stay in it, Joe Biden. We only need your corporeal form"?
Oh, I remember. I remember scrolling through Instagram stories, and people were like, unenthusiastically vote for Biden.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Remember, like my Republican friends, it was one of two outcomes. Either they were like way too enthusiastic about Trump,
yeah,
or they were like, I just don't want to think about it.
yeah, that was the vibe. It was either like, well, which policies do I actually care about, or it was like, I love blank.
All right. Well, anyway, this is not a political stream, which
No.
is why I'm going to read another George Bush quote.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq, I mean of the Ukraine, Iraq too. Anyway, I'm 75.
He wasn't that old, was he?
This was it this year.
Oh, okay.
This was on May 18th.
This. What did he say? The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified, brutal invasion of Iraq. I mean, the Ukraine. Iraq.
Does this count as him taking accountability?
Apparently, every quote he ever made in his presidency was.
That's the funny thing is Bush was just straight up telling the truth, and we all laughed. Well, we didn't. We were children.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on. We just saw the new Star Wars movie. We're like, yeah, Obi-Wan.
Oh. My millennial's gonna have a really hard time calling me a fascist after I sat here making fun of George Bush for having it.
Wait, what?
Some mom millennial's gonna have a really hard time portraying me as a fascist after I just sat here making fun of George Bush for half an hour.
Yeah.
Like, she's back on Twitter.
Dark Production says, I won't get political. One cocktail later.
I'm literally the meme right now. I promise I won't get political 4 cocktails later. I drank a glass of the Jack Daniels apple cider before this started too.
Did you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, free nations are peaceful nations. Free nations don't attack each other. Free nations don't develop nuclear weapons of mass destruction.
Wait, we gotta address some super chats.
Okay,
Secker said for $4.99, before I go broke, I will say I have no hostility towards y'all Yankees except Ohio and the one guy in Idaho. Fair.
The
I will
one
say-
guy in Idaho.
I will say, Boise, way more fun of a town than I ever would have expected. It's like a more upscale version of Phoenixville in the middle of an oasis in a desert. It's insane.
That was one thing I found in Nashville was there was this great little spot off
Yeah.
Broadway called Printer's Alley. That was just like I was like, this is phenomenal. Like
Yeah, Boise was like the cleanest, most well-kept, fun city I've ever been in. Next was Garrett for 5 cents.
I just want you to know that when we talk about war, we're really talking about peace.
Yeah. Garrett said for $5, I expect a full-time pass then, bud. I'm not sure what he was referring to, but probably some BS we were saying. Kellen, the official data for $4.99 said, okay, hear me out. We do like the town of Talkeetna,
Talkeetna,
Alaska.
Alaska.
and we elect a cat as president. I mean, yeah, like,
It couldn't possibly be worse.
probably be like meow is yes and 2 meows is no, and probably get just as good at political decisions.
My
Problem
millennial finds a way.
said, it's getting 3 a.m. in the UK, so I'm going to go to bed, but I'm glad I made it for bed. Have a great night. Thank you, you as well, if you're still
Thank
here
you.
by chance. Jimmy Dirt said, Donna's going to have a fit about this. Yeah, I can't wait.
She somebody told me she was back on Twitter, so I looked her up and she already has me blocked. I have not mentioned her.
Smart.
I'm gonna block her back.
Corey says, honestly, it will be Trump, DeSantis, just to get the W. He'll never say yes to DeSantis as a running mate. At this point, I don't think he will. It's going to be the end of them both. Neither of them are going to get elected.
As far as I'm aware, Bush was not a Freemason. He was Skull and Bones.
What is that?
It's a secret society that recruits during college. Apparently, they kidnap you.
But like for what?
I don't know. I'm not in it.
Well, you know shit.
I just know it's a Yale thing that spread.
Oh, okay.
No, I really know nothing about Skull and Bones. I'd like to.
Wyoming exists. Yeah, Wyoming's great. I haven't been. I've been to Montana, but I want to go to Wyoming because Wyoming's a more hard-o version of Montana.
Favorite bourbon, need to figure out what kind to get next. If we're talking about mass market, widely available, can't go wrong with Elijah Craig.
I'm more of a Scotch guy than a bourbon guy. He's the bourbon guy on the Scotch.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Elijah Craig. Bullet is a very solid standard. Both of them are around $30. Four Roses, also very tasty. Solid both as a mixer and as a straight neat or on the rocks. If you can get these guys, if you can get Resurgent, they are phenomenal. Some of the best bourbon I've ever had.
Yeah, it's really good.
Even just straight on its own. But that's what I'm using in this. And these are
Cheers.
amazing.
Ultimate Ticket, Ben Shapiro, and Jordan Peterson. I don't think it would work.
He can't run.
I don't think it would work.
Peterson can't.
Even as Vice?
Nope, because he might end up president.
It wouldn't work just because they would, like, just from a political science standpoint, they would have way too niche of a base. They would never be able to get enough votes.
Nick Calamar says, I have the way we find the skinwalker. Step 1, we use scorched earth policy. Step 2, we shoot it. Step 3, we die. I mean, if the entire ground is white ash.
What a way to go! Because we ain't gonna jump no
No, I think the
more.
last president who was a Mason was either Carter or Ford.
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die.
So the alcohol has hit him.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, so
Kanye 2024 full tilt, send it.
So about this time last
Not
year,
happening.
to address the Donna issue, about this time last year, a TikToker by the name of Momlennial, or Donna Dickens, Donna Durande Dickens, to use her full name.
I can't hear the last name Dickens without thinking about the guy from Letterkenny.
Anyway, she had some videos up, and I had encountered her before, because she said that, like, Alexander the Great was a woman, and Neolithic fertility statues with crossbow sights, which is just like, what? Huh? But anyway, so I made fun of those two videos, and then I kind of left her alone for a while. And somebody commented, and they were like, "Did you see the one girl or the one woman who like says Rome didn't exist?" And I was like, "That's not real." Like, my immediate reaction was like, "There's no way that's real." So I went and watched it, and sure enough, there was a 46-year-old woman from Bowling Green, Kentucky, on TikTok. That's not doxing, Donna. That is publicly available information. 46-year-old woman from Bowling Green, Kentucky,
Liquor's calling the shots now.
who has 2 adult children. Like her older son, her son is my age.
Yeah. Did you ever do
What?
the billboard thing?
No, I should. What's that?
Well, if it's over, I mean, you know.
It's never over.
Nothing is over. What is it for?
She started making some videos saying that the Roman Empire did not exist.
First blood, right?
She also made a large number of videos about Judaism using her status as someone who is ethnically Jewish to just completely misrepresent Judaism. I didn't really tackle those ones because I'm not Jewish, and I knew that she would find a way to make that a problem. But point is, she made these videos, and there were so many of them. There were dozens, and I just went through them, and you know, being the kindly neighborhood historian I am, I debunked every single one of them.
Or her whole argument was because it was a cultural melting pot, it means it didn't actually exist. It was just a amalgamation of a bunch of different cultures, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean it's not its own thing.
Imagine
That's America.
Imagine America fell tomorrow, and 1,500 years from now, somebody was like, "America didn't exist."
Yeah.
That would be her exact reasoning, was that it's not a distinct culture.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's a distinct culture. It is very much a distinct culture.
I'm sorry, you're going to tell me Bud Light and Sunday tailgates at a football game are not a distinct culture? Get out.
So we talk about, and the problem is, like, arenas in the style Rome did them were distinctly Roman.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, they weren't. It's like, yeah, they were.
Rome had its own architecture. You can say it was Greco-influenced.
It was Greek influenced. And the aqueducts were similar in style originally to some stuff that was older in Syria. The thing about the Romans was what they did was they would take already good stuff and improve it.
Yeah. Like any smart civilization would.
Yeah, so she claimed they didn't exist. I made videos debunking academically every single point she ever made. And I did give her credit on the occasions when she accidentally was right. I can't imagine she was ever right on purpose. But no, and her response to this, upon realizing I was calling her out, was to call me a white supremacist because I believe that Rome existed based on the abundance of evidence that Rome existed. She then went through like my old tweets and like pulled up stuff I said when I was an idiot at 18, like, and was like, "This is what he believes," and I was like, "I am 24 at the time. Like, you think I really am gonna stand by dumb stuff I said on Facebook when I was 18?" Like, no.
I have meandered across every extreme of the political spectrum.
This is true.
Since the beginning of high school. Don't hold me accountable for things that I said in high school or college.
Yeah, like, come on, you're a 46-year-old woman not even picking on the 24-year-old who's arguing with you and winning,
Yeah.
but rather picking on the 18-year-old version of him.
no,
Like, how
18-year-old
about you
knows
look
what
at,
they're talking
if you're going to pull up my Twitter account and try to cause problems with it, at least look at the recent tweets.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. No, but I'm sure she'll have a blast with this one once she finds out their name.
I will say, just because the thought came to me earlier when you made a reference and I was like, what did that sound like? Rambo, the First Blood movie. The first
Mom
one?
found the Xbox Live voice.
Oh my god.
Oh no, she heard the 2009 Modern Warfare 2 lobby
Right.
chat.
Rambo's a hilarious series of movies because all of the other ones, except for the first one, are just blatant 80s action cheese for the most part. The fourth one was pretty good. The first one's actually like a really good analysis of PTSD. Like the specific, like the first bit of the movie is there definitely leads into the action movie genre. But like the ending of that movie, like not a lot of people like remember this, but like Stallone breaks down sobbing because he's being reminded consistently of like friends of his that he watched brutally die in Vietnam. And he's like, I can't sleep. I can't forget about them. Like I can't move on. And it's just him, like the whole movie is about him just trying to move on from the horrors of his life. And then, because a lot of, sorry, I'm going to go on a little tangent here, but like a lot of soldiers when they came home from
While you do that,
Vietnam,
I'm gonna pee.
yeah, do your thing. For those who are not aware, a lot of soldiers when they came home from Vietnam, even people who didn't necessarily see combat, were immediately regarded as like baby killers and things like that. This is specifically in like the early to mid 70s. And a lot of people, like especially like at the airports, when troops would be coming home, they'd be like holding signs and screaming at them like, you're a baby killer, you're this, that, or whatever. It's like American troops did horrible shit in Vietnam. There's no doubting that. But it wasn't everyone. And so, and obviously like a lot of horrible shit was done to Americans. Like it was a horrible place to be, no matter who you were. Anyway, so the whole point of the First Blood movie, which it was based off of a book, and it was analyzing the horrible experiences that soldiers had to go through after the fact when they got home. And because the first third of the film is literally him just trying to walk through the Pacific Northwest. It's just him trying to like find a place to eat, find a place to sleep, and keep on going. And this local sheriff is just not having it. He was a veteran of the Korean War, and like there was kind of that Korean War, even at the Vietnam era, was considered the forgotten war, and it just like it was a lot of tension from Korean vets at the time towards Vietnam vets. But anyway, so there was that tension that they were playing with in the film, and the whole thing was just, it was this guy who was just stone cold because of this horrible experience he had over there, and everyone just hated him on instinct because they saw the American flag on his jacket. And it's a line in the film. The sheriff says to him, he's like, wearing that flag around here can get you in trouble. And it's a really interesting movie because obviously, yes, it leans into those action elements, but the ending is, I think just a lot of people forget because the rest of the series got so campy, just how poignant it is. Because you see this guy who's just been like, he's been owning everyone that shows up in the film up to that point. And the climax is him just breaking down sobbing because he just wants it to end. And he doesn't know how. And he's sobbing to his commanding officer who was brought from Virginia to try and like get him to come out and get him to stop, fighting all of these people. And sorry, it's just one of those movies where it's like I don't say anything when people bring it up because I don't want to be that guy, but sorry. But yeah, it's just a really well-made film that I think deserves a little more credit than it actually gets. I mean, obviously Rocky gets a lot of great credit because of this, not only the film itself, but the backstory of Stallone literally spending every dime he had trying to get that and just demanding that he could also star in it, even though he was the writer, because he knew that there was no one else that could embody that character as much as he could, because he lived in Philly. He was living in Philly when he wrote it. And the fact that he had to sell his dog because he didn't have enough money to survive. And then that was the movie that changed everything for him. And he ended up going back after the movie. And if you know this, fine. But, for those who don't, after the movie was so successful and he was finally able to get paid, he went to the guy he sold his dog to and paid 10 times what he sold the guy the dog for because he just wanted his dog back. And I think that's great. I mean, you can say whatever you want about, what you think of Stallone now or anything like that as time has gone on, but I just appreciate that story. I think it's really great. Also, yes, Callum, the original ending was Rambo killing himself, and it was too much. I mean, obviously the studio wanted the opportunity for a sequel, but at the same time, it was a lot. It was a lot. So, whoa, Alex, congrats. Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats on now being officially engaged. Also, Adam, can we get a drunk film analysis episode with Thrombosi? Because I like this. I'll do more film analysis stuff. I honestly, the primary reason that I don't do my own videos, other than I'm trying to do Thornberry Thursdays to an extent, is just because I didn't really think that my content in particular was of desire, because I'm not in depth familiar with the lore and folklore and history stuff. That's his primary area of focus. But yeah, if you guys want film content or whatever that I want to bring, I'm happy to do it. Also, yes, First Blood was a novel before it was a movie.
That's First Blood.
Did you say what's First Blood? It was a film back in the 70s.
Ah,
Yes.
what do you mean? Did you say what's First Blood? I didn't go to film school.
It's the first Rambo movie. How do you not know what that is?
I've never seen Rambo. You're gonna be here all night. We can watch Rambo.
Fair.
And you're not driving home. YouTube never sends a notification. Yeah, that's the thing. When people have the notifications on, it doesn't always work.
Yep. I am planning on doing a Thornberry Thursday for this month, December. I didn't do it last month because I was helping him move.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, the reason that content was on such a wacky schedule this past month is because
It was a wacky month.
we had a few of our mods staying with us. Okay, go for it. We had a few of our mods staying with us from the 27th through the 30th. And then I had to move the following weekend. Or the following week, I had to move. And then we drove to Tennessee and spent a weekend and a few days shooting with Wendigoon for a video that I think is coming out in December. And then following that, it was my birthday and we were in Nashville for my cousin's wedding. And then I finally got home last week and immediately started working on my research papers for finals, because I am still a master's student. So, yeah. Also, just a fun little anecdote. It feels like Westchester is trying to talk me out of getting a PhD, which is weird. But they had people come to class who were basically like, yeah, there's really no work in PhDs. There's no work for there's no work for history PhDs. So I was like, okay, why am I supposed to do this then? Is a big reason why you do this show to find a wife, Aiden. Is that directed at me or you? I mean, it could be. It just came in. So it's on a 20-second delay. So.
I've got a woman and I'm very happy with her, so it can't be directed at me.
If it is directed at me, no, I would find it rather unethical. Although my dad met my mom through his business.
Really?
Yeah, she was a customer at the Griffin.
Oh, well, that's different. There's no parasocial relationship. Coffee barista.
Yeah, when you're in this space, you have to be very careful of how your relationships with people are formed. Mm-hmm. There's certain people who I met through this who I became friends with.
Mm-hmm.
And those people, I don't think after the amount of time I've now known them that it would be necessarily inappropriate for us to be in a relationship. But at the same time, you've got to be careful. There's, if you look back at the golden age of rock and roll, the 70s through the 80s.
Yep.
Their groupies were a very real thing. Back then, you could get away with a hell of a lot more. But I think things have changed for the better in that now You know, if you are somebody who has a significant degree of fame, which, weird as it is, I do feel like I now have, you've got to be careful about how your relationships form and that you're not taking advantage of your position. So,
Yeah.
you know, I never, you've been at bars with me, I never bring up any of this.
Well, when you
My
never
friends do.
Yeah.
Often I think because they think it'll help.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be careful. You probably don't have to be as careful.
Which were you guys?
The boy is with my parents.
Which Aiden are you referring to? Because I got a dual major in journalism and film with a minor in psych.
What was the question?
What's your minor in? You technically have like what, 5?
If that question was addressed at me, I majored in medieval studies in undergrad, and I got minors in history, religion. What?
Callan said, "Look, man, I know I wrote y'all's theme, but I'm not looking to get into something that serious."
It's a good theme, though.
It's such a good
It's a
theme.
really good theme song.
If
That-
you want, by the way, if you want us to put like any of your socials or whatever in the end card, because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wrote
If
the
you
theme,
want us to share,
Let us know.
Let us know.
Like,
We will
it's-
absolutely pop it in
yeah,
there.
it's
Like
so good.
we honestly, I'd put it at the bottom for the entire end screen theme. Yeah, but if you want that, let us know. We'll do it.
Or more specifically, what should we put there?
Yeah, just let us know what you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my minors were in history, religious studies, classics and ancient Mediterranean studies, and English. So
Really?
yeah, so I had one
I said,
major.
what were they?
Oh, history, religion, classics, English.
Got it.
Classics, for those who don't know, is the study of the classical era. So,
Sequitur said, "I'll date you, Aiden, even though I'm
Like-
a guy. You just got to out-drink me first."
think like Socrates through the fall of Rome. That's classics, and then after that is medieval. And then after medieval, which is usually the Reformation, is kind of considered to be the end of the medieval era. You get either the Reformation or the end of the Wars of the Roses and the rise of the Tudor dynasty. The end of the Tudor dynasty is pretty much definitively, by then the Middle Ages are over.
What was the Tudor dynasty?
The Tudors were Henry. Let me see.
What
Tudor-
country?
Oh, England.
Okay.
Tudors were up through 1603. So by the time the Tudor dynasty falls, that's the Middle Ages are over. The Tudors are basically the last medieval dynasty.
Got it.
After that, you are plainly into the early modern period. The 1500s are kind of that. Here's the thing: a lot of people like to try and draw a line like this is when this historical era ended. Bullshit. It is never that clear. There is maybe one circumstance under which it is that clear, and it would be the fall of Rome in 476, and that's just the fall of Western. But you know that does kind of signal a stark point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a process that started in like 395.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it was basically 100-year shakeup from 395 to the end of the 5th century, where the Rome was beginning to collapse. The Middle Ages are the same kind of thing. Kind of like, you know, I would say with the beginning of the Wars of the Roses is the beginning of the end of the medieval period. They kind of overlap. So by the time the Wars of the Roses are over, you're kind of getting to the end of the medieval period.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
If we ever do a Lore Lodge live before we actually have a lodge,
Mm-hmm.
we should do it in Lawrence, Kansas.
Why? Oh, that makes sense.
Central location and
Yeah.
nostalgia points.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And I've been to Lawrence. It's really nice. Plus,
That is. As a master's student, however, I have no. It's just a major.
got it.
Through this.
Wait, what?
Wow, we have a lot of vets in the chat.
I'm gonna say, yep. Now that I'm a disabled vet, I'm gonna go for it. At least try anyway.
Degrees, I think.
Okay. Good.
Do it.
You might
Honestly, as a veteran, history is probably one of the best things you can go into.
Yeah.
You are going to have a perspective on warfare that is unparalleled.
My buddy's getting out of the Navy in February. He's going into engineering.
That makes sense for Navy. Yeah. The other thing that would make that sense for Navy is like being a gay stripper.
You're gonna go there? No.
I was very briefly in the Army. I'm allowed to have rivalry
Does the
points.
National Guard count
Yes.
the Army?
They were 70% of casualties in Iraq, yes. Pennsylvania got itself nicknamed the Bloody Bucket in World War I because they were that effective. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because the Keystone, the Germans didn't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
So American National Guard troops from Pennsylvania, I think it's what, the 28th or the 29th? I should know that. I was in it. But one of the two. PA is what, 29? That's not what I wanted. 29.
Division?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 28th is Pennsylvania. The 28th Infantry, yeah, they would wear a red keystone patch on their shoulder, and the Germans, not knowing what a keystone was supposed to be, because Pennsylvania is known as the Keystone State, the keystone of the Republic during the Revolutionary War and War of 1812, they would see that, and to them it looked like a bucket, and the Pennsylvania infantry were like not to be trifled with.
Yep.
And they started calling him the Bloody Bucket, which is a really sick name.
That makes me proud to be a Pennsylvanian.
Like if the United States had something like what our own World Cup, like the Pennsylvania team absolutely should be called the Bloody Buckets.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like
That'd have to be rugby, though.
yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Um,
They'd never let that fly in soccer.
but Cuomo says the National Guard isn't the military. They are. Sequitur, I accept your offer.
Cuomo said a
call
lot
him
of
out.
things. He's not perverted, he's just Italian.
And Chris Cuomo was like, he called me Fredo, that's a slur. And all the other Italians were like, what are you talking about, dude?
The Cuomo family is just like crumbling right now.
What else? Is there anything in here? I don't know what Terp means. There is no Rome, there is no war in Ba Sing Se. Dude, that's something we need to rewatch.
What?
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series.
It's so good.
We should go rewatch it. Like,
down.
it's
I'll
it's
watch it
really-
tonight.
Yeah, I'll watch some tonight too.
It's so
We
good.
gotta start with Rambo though. I haven't seen Rambo.
It's a good
But
movie.
all right, it is almost 10:30. We've been doing this for almost 2.5 hours.
Oh my God,
We
that's
still
so
have to
good.
shoot a video tonight.
You were nowhere near drunk enough for that.
I will do some shots. The U.S. Oh no. Yes, the U.S. military was absolutely unhinged during World War II.
Yeah.
But you must understand, the Bloody Bucket terminology, that's from World War One. The PA National Guard was unhinged during World War One.
I'm sorry, but considering how unhinged World War I in and of itself was, to be that unhinged is impressive.
It's just Alvin. That's what it was. I don't know why I thought Alvin, because I'm drunk. That's why. Let's see. Do they have it? Do they have it here? Oh, here we go. To quote Sergeant Alvin York from Tennessee during World War I, the Germans got us, and they got us right smart. They just stopped us dead in our tracks. Their machine guns were up there on the heights overlooking us and well hidden, and we couldn't tell for certain where the terrible heavy fire was coming from. He really does sound like he's from Tennessee.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, they were shooting straight. Our boys just went down like the long grass before the mowing machine at home. Our attack just faded out, and there we were, lying down about halfway across the valley, and those German machine guns and big shells getting us hard. And those guns were spitting fire and cutting down the undergrowth all around me something awful. And the Germans were yelling orders. You never heard such a racket in all your life. I didn't have time to dodge behind a tree or dive into a bush. As soon as the machine guns opened fire on me, I began to exchange shots with them. There were over 30 of them in continuous action, and all I could do was touch the Germans off as fast as I could. I was sharpshooting. All the time I kept yelling at them to come down. I didn't want to kill any more than I had to, but it was they or I, and I was giving them the best I could. What you need to understand about what he's describing here is an event during which he stormed a machine gun nest. If I'm understanding this correctly, let me just really quick. He stormed a machine gun nest alone with his rifle and his handgun. And he captured, alone, I need to make this clear. I'm not sure. I think the prior story was him explaining the lead up, but I'm pulling stuff up on the fly. Here we go. Maybe this is the story. Well, that's way too blurry. Here we go. Yeah, it was on October 8th. From the New York Times, in the proper era, during World War I. On October 8th, 1918, during the final offensive of the war, the Tennessee mountaineer whose religious convictions at first kept him from fighting, he refused to fight because he was Christian, single-handedly captured or killed an entire German machine gun battalion. He stormed a German machine gun nest in World War I.
Yep.
For those who don't know much about World War I, you had two lines of trenches set up parallel to one another. They were constantly shooting artillery and machine guns at each other. He stormed up a hill. Yeah.
In between was called No Man's Land.
And it was full of mines and barbed wire.
It was full of mines, barbed wire, and it was basically just a muddy wasteland. And it was at times hundreds of yards across. So it was to the point where if people got out of their trenches, they were literally at risk of, even if they peeked their head up, getting
dying immediately,
domed and just absolutely wrecked.
Because there were snipers who were constantly on the lookout.
Oh yeah, it was a horrid time.
So Alvin York, his commanding officer was killed, which put him in charge.
Yeah,
because he was an NCO, he was a sergeant. Put him in charge. He charges uphill at a German machine gun nest, gets in with his rifle, runs out of ammunition. He starts shooting people with his pistol, and single-handedly captured over 100 German soldiers.
How?
Because they assumed there were more of him.
Why is there not a movie about that?
Because it's a pretty fast episode. You'd have to make a biopic about Alvin York, but that's something I would absolutely work on if we had the funding for it.
Let's do it.
But yeah, Alvin York was not only an American hero, but also just like one of the bravest men to ever live.
Oh God, yeah.
Because the thought of charging through no man's land to attack a machine gun nest alone to save your men who are pinned down is just insane. Like, that is a completely irrational decision.
Yep.
They would have been better off hiding.
Yep.
But they went for it. They tried it. He fought. He won. And very obviously earned his Medal of Honor.
Yep.
That, like, just a truly incredible story of bravery. And at the same time, you got to think about that quote that he was saying, I didn't want to kill any more of them than I had to.
Yep.
This wasn't a guy who was bloodthirsty.
No.
This was a guy who was like, it's my men or theirs, and I will save my men.
Yep.
And at
Just
first,
an honorable man through and through.
At first, this is a true part of the story, is at first during the war, he was like, I don't want to enlist. It's against my religion to kill people. He was a Christian. He was like, I'm not going over and fighting. But seeing the horrors and thinking we have to bring an end to this, he enlisted anyway.
Yep.
It just total badass American hero. The fact that he's not talked about as much as like Chesty Puller is wild. But he should be, his name should, in anytime somebody mentions Audie Murphy, Chesty Puller, any of those guys, Alvin York should be up there with them.
Kat said there's literally a movie called Sergeant York.
Is there? I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
When's it from?
Somebody also said, yeah, I totally have an army behind me. Sources, trust me.
Okay, the movie is from 1941.
Oh, so you definitely just Googled that one.
Yeah.
Come on.
He tried to join the army again in World War II. That's another story, not about him specifically, but God, what's his name? Larry Thorne. His name was Larry Thorne. he was a Finnish soldier. He joined the Finnish National Guard
Uh-huh.
to fight the Russians in the Winter War.
When was this?
I think 1936.
Okay.
Then there was a continuation. The continuation war was during World War II because, if I remember correctly, what happened was the Soviets invaded Finland. The Finns basically fought them off. Still lost some territory, but weren't completely conquered.
So kind of like Ukraine.
Yeah, and then when Germany turned on the Russians, the Finns joined the Axis. Not because they were Nazis, because they just really hated communists.
Yeah.
So they joined the war on the side of Germany, which is why the Finnish Air Force used the swastika in its flag until like 2017. Yeah.
That long?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
That's some interesting loyalty.
Yeah, after World War II, blue swastikas on aircraft replaced by. Oh, okay, maybe it was. Oh, okay, yeah. While the emblem was used in the Finnish Air Force logo until 2017, I remembered that from memory. When it changed the swastika with wings to a golden eagle with a circle of wings.
As opposed to remembering it from what?
Looking it up. Look at it.
I will say,
Isn't that wild?
no, that's insane. Also, to be fair, switching from a swastika to a golden eagle isn't that much better.
But it's better.
Yes, but like a golden eagle was still very Nazi.
To be fair, that was a Roman thing that the Nazis co-opted.
Fair.
The Americans also.
I was gonna say it's also an American thing, so
Yeah, I mean, golden eagles are just very common. The Nazis took a whole bunch of really cool stuff and made it so nobody could use it anymore, which
it's a
sucks.
shame.
Like
It's
the golden
really a
eagle
shame.
is a really cool symbol,
Yeah.
and the swastika has incredible history as religious symbolism in India. Like and the Nazis just totally ruined it.
Yep.
So
Now it's
thanks,
just a symbol.
thanks
Hey,
Hitler, you bastard.
you son of a bitch. You've ruined artists.
Hey, don't insult his mother.
To be fair,
Maybe she should have done a better job raising him.
much
Paid
better.
for better art classes.
Yep. This is what happens when art people are bad at art.
Pretty sure there are a lot of bad artists who didn't become Hitler, but okay.
They didn't have access.
Yeah, they got rid of it in 2017. Point of the matter is, Larry Thorne fought for the Finnish National Guard. And then when Germany joined the war against Russia, or when Germany declared war against Russia, he joined the SS.
No.
Not because he was a racist,
Yeah.
because the SS were the ones that were like, they were essentially special forces.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fight as many communists as he could. So he joined the SS and fought the USSR. And then this man escaped Germany as it fell. If I remember correctly, went back to Finland, made his way to Cuba, swam to the United States. Might not have been Cuba. It might have been a different South American or Central American country. I'm trying to remember the details here, but I'm
To
trying.
be fair, if he swam, it was probably Cuba.
Yeah. So swam or crossed into the U.S. during the 50s or 60s and joined the Green Berets so he could go fight in Vietnam.
He really hated
He
communism.
really hated communism.
Was Finland ever communist?
No,
Why did he hate them so much?
because the communists invaded Finland.
Yeah, well,
And he was like, nope, none of that. So this...
I have single-handedly.
He's commonly referred to as the soldier of three armies.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Super, super incredible story. Another person that there needs to be a movie about. Stakuyi almost got canceled over talking about him positively.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody was like, didn't you know he was in the SS? And everybody who knows was like, yeah, you know why he was in the SS, right? Like, you know the reasoning here, huh? Other stories involving the SS that are really freaking cool. The
Nobody clipped that.
the last battle, Castle Itter.
Oh, yeah.
The story of Castle Itter is
We're literally going to make a movie about this once we can.
there was gonna be one, so we didn't write it, and then it never came out. So it's literally the story of American. There's American, French, and I think English prisoners of war in this castle in Austria.
I apologize.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So this guy, this battle,
This dude.
you got, I think, a former French prime minister, some French tennis players, a few American prisoners of war, some Czechs, just a bunch of prisoners held up in this castle, right?
Yeah.
They managed to get a messenger out who finds an American company. I'm trying to remember the details. I think it was an armor company,
Okay.
but an American company, and say, hey, come rescue us, please.
Mm-hmm.
So they do. They go to Castle Itter, they free the prisoners, and as they're about to get ready to leave, an SS tank division shows up. And here's the thing. The Wehrmacht, the typical German army, who was just guarding this castle, they knew the war was over. This was the last battle of World War II. Berlin had fallen. It was over. The Wehrmacht, looking at it, because the SS had orders to kill all the prisoners. The Wehrmacht looked at it, the troops who were there, and said, the war is over. This is done. What's the point?
Yeah.
This is not honorable. We're not fighting for our homeland. You're just coming here to kill soldiers. To kill innocent people, not even soldiers. Tennis players.
Yeah.
They sided with the Americans. So you have the Wehrmacht and the U.S. Army and a couple of French tennis players against an SS. I want to say it's like the 17th Panzer Division. And they battled it out for days. Like, it is just... and I think sport eventually arrived and helped the Americans win. But it's just one of those incredible, improbable stories that you're like, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
It really shows that, there is always
There was some
some honor in war.
there was some actor or something too there, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, but that was the thing, is like the tennis players, they weren't soldiers. They picked up rifles and they fought.
Love that.
I've had a vision in my mind of a scene for if we write the movie where one of the SS troops throws a grenade in, one of the tennis players bats it away with a tennis racket. Like, I know it's completely illegitimate and
But, it doesn't
unrealistic,
matter.
but it would just be really funny if
Yes.
it's revealed early in the movie. Chekhov's gun, Chekhov's tennis racket in this case, where it's like he's got it. The Germans let him keep his framed prize tennis racket or something.
Yeah.
And so he whips it out and just bats a grenade back. It needs to happen. It's not realistic, but you can be as unrealistic as you want when the bad guys are the Nazis.
Exactly. I've had a lot of thoughts about We Went Camping, and there's a couple of shots in mind that I've had that I really want to make, and also in terms of Chekhov's,
It's such a good combo.
in terms of Chekhov's gun, one thing I was thinking for that was somebody is like, we're gonna bring just in case we get stuck on the side of the road or whatever, they'll have a road repair kit, and in it is road flares. And I think that could be not only just visually really solid to use on screen, but just as a Chekhov's gun of we'll have these in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then you've got 3 to 5 flares for the main protagonist to use at the final battle kind of thing. But there's one.
And he's calls on the radio, hit the flare to the air support or something.
No.
That we think-
For We Went Camping.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Last Chance.
No. We Went Camping. That's what I'm saying. It's when the kids are going to the thing, we're sort of saying, just in case we get stuck on the side of the road.
You know that's in the script, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I couldn't find it on Celtics. Are road flares in it?
Not road flares, it's a flare gun.
Yeah, no, that's road flares, because whatever. But anyway, there's one shot that I have in mind specifically where they're just saying, because I'm really thinking a Deacons kind of style would work for
There is no $1,500 donation goal. There is a $2,000 donation goal, which is the Cat Made stream.
Not as of yet, yeah. Really quickly. So imagine we're roughly CinemaScope style framing. I need you to look at me. Okay. Person, center frame, and they hear the screaming or whatever of the monster, and it's really close, and they're kind of freaking out, and it gets further and further, and obviously they're it's gone further away. You've got a medium shot of the main character, they're right in the middle of the frame, and what you see is the trunks of trees in the background, but you notice there's one tree that just like is slightly out of focus in the background, doesn't really look like a tree, and all of a sudden it moves really fast. You see it disappear. You hear the rustle of leaves, and they all just freak out and start running. And I'm like, oh my god! Like I can see the composition of the shot. I can hear.
This is definitely shared with you.
Hear the SFX, and I know it can be such a good film. We need to do it.
Yeah, this is shared with you. I don't know why you can't find it.
What is it listed as?
We went camping.
Under what project?
We went camping.
No, go back. Share it to the non-Gmail one.
What's the non-Gmail?
AidenTber@AOL.com.
Why you can't see it?
Yep.
Ah, there it is. What is it?
AIDANT.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. There you go.
I hit share.
Oh, down there.
Well, why is there a share over there?
There we go.
That's stupid. Who designed this platform?
Let
me see if I can,
We're talking about film ideas that we have for the future. I'm really excited. I found some good lenses that I want to use. I initially had a pair or like a set of them that I thought I was going to use, but they're for crop sensors. I want to use them for full
Okay,
frame
yeah,
stuff
there
when I
is.
get the new camera.
This isn't here. What's that? That was Sedona. Wow, Sedona has notes on this. That's wild.
What's she been up to?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a while. Yes, the prelude is in the script.
Is the prelude still the couple
Yeah.
with the... Okay.
No, the prelude's different now.
Okay.
Also, the script is 66 pages long. It's over an hour.
Yeah, but that's...
I know, but we can easily add 20 pages. to
Yeah.
that, which is ideal for horror. So,
You guys want to see a horror feature film for us? It'll be my first feature to direct and his first feature to
to have written, yeah. If we can get a Kickstarter to like, we can probably shoot this for 20K, right? You think it would be more than 20K to shoot this? Really?
We shot a 20-minute pilot
Okay, that had a lot
Raspberries.
more special effects.
even before the special effects were involved.
Like ours has like almost no special effects.
I know. Even before the special effects were involved, it was
Mhm.
over 100. Just preparing.
Gotcha. We're
We
not spending that much money.
I know we could probably find a way to do it for like 50, but to just being realistic, there's even that really tight, and we'd have to like that would be if we're not paying for any locations and we're not paying for almost any talent or crew.
I need to rewrite this. This is horribly written, but Allie at one point says, God, I know I haven't been the best little Christian girl lately, but if you could give me this one, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, she levels the flare gun at the Wendigo and pulls the trigger.
I think,
Which is, by the way, the exact thing from Supernatural.
yeah, I think we should change it to road flares instead of flare gun. I think visually it'll look a lot better.
Let me see when I first mentioned the flare gun. Okay, so it gets mentioned in Act... Is this Act 1?
It should be a latest act, too.
Probably Act 2. Well, it's a 5-act, I think.
Yeah, it should be a latest act. How prevalent, or Bacon Snake said, how prevalent are drones in film? I want to get one since I just got my commercial drone license on Tuesday. Independent stuff, very common. Like I've been, the most recent shoot that I was on was me directing a shoot for the Hudson Valley Shakespeare Festival, where we were primarily getting drone shots because we haven't done the other stuff yet because we got to close that deal. But yeah, very, very prevalent. They're really used a lot. You alone, just as a drone pilot videographer, could get consistent enough work to make a living.
Yeah, it's Act 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know some people who are drone photographers and they make
Yeah.
very solid money.
Yeah. For feature films, not as much used because they still primarily will use helicopters.
This would be a good one. We should work on this again. The Inexplicable Disappearance of Evan Kemp. It's also super cheap to shoot.
What is the Flush Pedestrian Fogs
That was what we were calling the early episodes.
of?
The story times. When
Okay.
people would submit stuff.
God, that's what I thought. Yeah. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's exactly what this is. Look,
Yeah,
look at this.
yeah. Okay, that's
There's a
what.
lot there.
Yeah, feature films, other stuff. They will do other things to achieve the same effect. That because the problem is that like you can't really put an IMAX or an ARRI Alexa LF on a drone. It would have to be massive. You can. There's some companies that make them, but yeah, at the end of the day, if you're working with independent filmmakers or just contract people who are doing weddings or corporate stuff, you could make consistent money.
It kills me.
I mean,
It kills me, Aiden.
why does it kill you?
It's finished.
I know. We just need the money to do it. We Went Camping is a good first film.
I know.
That's gonna be.
You know what this is, though, right?
I know what that is. As soon as I saw Mallory, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
But when we have more under our belts, we'll be able to do it.
Aiden, you know what's upsetting?
What?
The second one started. Granted, this is getting rewritten heavily. I have a whole document about the changes that need to be made
Yeah.
for like the overall story. I have a movie that I wrote called The Driest Keys.
Yep.
First one's gonna be, I think, The Driest Keys, and then the second one's gonna be The Driest Gate, and then the third one is gonna be The Driest War.
Yep.
And it's all about the supposed antediluvian society that existed before the flood.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of cues from Graham Hancock and Assassin's Creed. It's fictional, obviously. But I wrote the entire movie in about a month. So here's how my life worked in 2021 or in 2020, because I started writing this in October of 2020. The girl I was dating went to North Dakota for a month, so I wrote a movie.
That's the thing.
I was working full time for College Town.
Mm-hmm.
I was working full time. I was a full time marketing director. I had not started TikTok at all yet.
Mm-hmm.
My goal at the time was to be a writer and get my first thing written, sell it, and then have enough money to go and write full time.
Yep. That was both our goals at the time.
Yeah, you were working on a horse farm.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy to think about? This time 2 years ago, I was working full time in a dead end job as a digital marketing specialist, and you were working on a farm.
Yep.
Like,
It's so funny.
I was barely affording a 720 square foot apartment in Phoenixville,
And I was living at home.
and you were living at home. And now you guys can't see it, but I mean, granted, this is modest,
Yeah. But it's still, I mean, it's a nice place.
but I'll do a tour at some point when it's a little cleaner in here, but
Also, really quickly, I have a feature film that I tried to sell that just wasn't great for the timing. It's not. I don't love it. I just did it as like an in because I followed one of my my film screenwriting professor's advice of like, oh, write a story like this to get your foot in the door.
how'd that go for you?
Wasn't great.
Did your foot in the door?
Nope. I did meet some people though, which was nice. But I am a quarter of the way through my first novel, and that I am actually passionate about. Would you guys read it if I finished it?
Speaking of reading novels, if we finished them,
Right. But yeah, it's a revenge story that happens during the golden age of sail. Surprisingly enough. Honestly, the main thing is I want to get that finished and published so I can move on to the other novel I started, which is a noir set in the late 20s, early 30s. That honestly I've just been having a lot of ideas for recently that I want to write. But I feel like I need to finish what I started first before I go on to the next thing. But yeah,
I renamed the studio too. It's now Redacted Studios.
nice. We should do that. That'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh.
But yeah, give me motivation to finish my book.
Okay. It is almost 11.
Oh my god, is it really? Should we just go to 11? It's only 13 minutes.
Might as well. Yeah. All right. We'll take this stream. The stream will end at 11.
What are feature films shot in? Literally everything. It's whatever fits the story the best. I mean, you could literally shoot it on an iPhone. I think what was it, Tangerine or whatever the fuck that movie was.
Also, I need to point out, I can't find it now, but I saw this a little bit ago.
You could shoot it on it as long as
Also,
you
they
have really
mentioned
good actors.
Sabaton. That's absolutely where I get
Yeah,
information
oh,
from.
100%.
Sabaton is phenomenal. I saw them in 2017 in Philadelphia. Phenomenal show. They were not only incredible musicians, but they took a moment of silence. And they didn't only take a moment of silence for the, like, it's the 101st tour of the Screaming Eagles, right?
You know better than I would.
Let me look it up really quick.
But yeah, Bacon, I mean, like,
Yeah, it's the 101st.
in the old days, 35 millimeter was the standard for film. And then now it's, you know, I mean, the Alexa it's a full frame sensor. I mean, it's beyond a full frame sensor at this point, but it's that's what 8 out of the 10 best pictures and, you know, like 10 of the most recent best cinematography films were shot on. It's just a great platform. It's got the highest dynamic range. It's gorgeous. But at the end of the day, the camera matters less. The only thing that the camera really matters for is resolution and dynamic range when we're talking digital. You want as high of a dynamic range as you possibly can, so that way you can capture as much as you can within a variety of different lighting landscapes. And at the end of the day, as long as you've got a camera with good dynamic range, relatively decent low light capability, and it has a decent resolution, it's all about the lenses. Worry about the lenses. As soon as you get a decent camera, just focus on lenses. That is where you will make your money. They will pay dividends for what you're looking to do. But yeah, sound is where you really need to focus. People will forgive bad image quality as long as you have good sound.
To finish what I was saying, saw Sabaton in Philadelphia in 2017. Not only did they take a moment of silence for the 101st Airborne before they played Screaming Eagles, they named the 101st Airborne members from Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they took or at least, at the very least, somebody on their team at their direction took the time to look up who was from the Screaming Eagles
That's awesome.
in each city they played.
That's awesome.
Like, you can tell they are very genuine guys.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of dads playing heavy metal music. They started out as a Metallica cover band.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, to just really quickly address something, I think there was a miscommunication between people in the chat, but Secretary Tenebrist, Corey Yates said, I never took them as woke. If they are, this is a great sign where we can actually have discussion like this. Woke would not be a good word to describe either of them.
Are we open-minded? Yes.
Yes.
Are we woke? I don't know about that.
I want to make it very clear that we are both radical centrists.
Yeah, we are very open-minded, non-judgmental people.
He's dating a man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. She's a very beautiful young woman.
Hate you.
She's watching. I can't say
I
I'm
know.
dating a man because that would just be disrespectful.
Why do you have to ruin my jokes? Like,
So I could be respectful to my girlfriend and her family, who are all watching this right now.
are they actually?
Yes.
Oh, hi guys. I wasn't meaning to refer to her as a man. I didn't anticipate that he was going to correct me, and now it's awkward.
We're
In my defense, alcohol.
Yeah, in your defense, you need to be more drunk for what we're about to film.
The scary part is more drunk from here. Like, is not even a question. It's
I'm
like,
sobering up at this point.
just drink. You have a full drink in front of you.
I know.
You are trash. You're garbage.
I'm enjoying my night.
I'm gonna make you do a shot of bourbon.
No, you're not.
It's 52% alcohol.
I know it is.
I'll do it with you.
That's not like motivating.
I'll do it out of your belly. On camera.
For legal reasons, no.
Lay on the stove, Aiden. Get on the stove.
Immediately turns it on.
It's a gas stove. You turn it on and get, like,
Me.
what? Didn't you just say your girlfriend's entire family is watching right now?
Yeah, they understand satirical humor.
And yet I can't say your girlfriend is a man.
No, because that's just
You're fired.
you make fun of me. You can make fun of me all you want.
Fine. Good girlfriend of his. You're dating a blonde.
That is true. That was a misstep.
It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
I don't know why.
Can you imagine? Imagine being blonde. Grow up.
No, now
Grow up.
now you're just quoting Isaiah.
I'm actually quoting How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, fair.
This man is blonde. Grown men aren't blonde.
That sounds like a Family Guy quote.
And then he shows up the next day, and he's like, "I need to talk to you, spaghetti to spaghetti, meatball to meatball, or whatever the line is." That show really was so good up until the last episode.
Yep, I'm up to the last half of the last.
Imagine fumbling that bad. Yeah, How I Met Your Mother, there's an instance where Barney is talking to, I won't spoil anything further, but talking to his fiance's father. And if in case somehow you haven't seen the show yet, Barney's talking to his fiance's father, who doesn't consider him a real man because he's blonde. And he shows up the next day to have dinner with the dad. He's like, "I wanted to talk to you meatball to meatball," because they're at a restaurant where meatballs apparently is the sign on the men's bathroom door.
God.
And he takes off his beanie, and he's got dark brown hair. Maybe because he dyed it.
Yep.
And the fiance's dad is like, "I'm listening." Do the body shot. See, they paid us $10, Aiden. I will do a body shot off of you for $10. I will do it. Or you can do a body shot off me.
I would rather be done off of.
Okay. Sophie Turner was doing body shots at Champs while I was in college.
Who's that?
Sansa.
Oh,
Yeah, because Joe Jonas is a huge Penn State fan.
really?
Yeah, I don't ask. I don't know. Apparently, a bunch of their friends went to Penn State.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Joe Jonas is a huge Penn State fan. The Jonas Brothers came and played at Champs twice while I was.
Did I tell you about when I saw?
I got in neither time.
Did I tell you when I saw Kit Harington get absolutely like roasted by his buddy?
No,
Oh yeah.
were you at a bar?
No, I was walking down 3rd Avenue. And I saw him and the girl who played Egret, who I think he's married to now.
Yeah.
And they're really tall because they're both my height. And then this guy who's like 6'7" walks out with him, and they're walking by me, and all three of them get to this corner, and then the woman who played Egret goes back into the apartment complex that they went into, or they
Yeah, we
came
got
out of.
59 viewers. Nice.
And Kit's getting just absolutely like berated by his friend. And I was like, clearly he did something wrong because he looked guilty as shit. But I'm just like, I walked by and I was just like, oh God, what did he do? And then there was another time down 3rd Ave that I almost ran into Jonah Hill. Yeah, I was walking up 3rd Avenue and he was walking down. And then both of us looked up from our phones at the same time, and we were about like 3 yards from each other. It was literally like we're both walking, and if you're Jonah Hill, it's just like we both look up at the same time. We're like, whoa! Just like both kept going. It was like immediate recognition of like Jonah. Just like went by. It was so weird.
You know who I want to meet? Like, celebrity that I genuinely want to meet? Jason Segel.
Yeah, he seems fun.
Like, he just seems like a fun guy. Like, he seems like a legit dude.
I want to meet Patrick Warburton.
Who?
The guy, you know who he is.
I don't know the name.
Okay, he plays Kronk in.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
But he was also
Yeah, okay. See, now that you say Kronk, I'm like, you should have said I met Kronk. If you'd said I met Kronk, I would have immediately known
I
what you
didn't
meant.
meet him, but I want to
Also,
meet him.
for those of you that are still here, should we bring back the like casual, chill, hangout Friday or Saturday night streams? Like, is that something that people would watch?
I'd be game.
'Cause if we can consistently get like 80 viewers for those, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah,
Like,
if you guys want him, like, why not?
yeah, like we'll happily do that. We were calling them Lore Lounge for the longest time.
Yeah,
But yeah, we would go back doing that if people were to actually watch.
that's just a fun.
How
way
could
to
you
hang.
hate Thorn Bussy? I don't know.
How could you? What? Who's hating me?
I think I said I hate you at one point. Oh no,
I used to
somebody.
hate you. This stream changed my mind. Appreciate you both. Thank you. I don't know why you hated me, but
I don't know why they hated you, but
I'm glad that you come. I'm glad that I no longer seem insufferable to you.
is it okay if I ask you about cameras in Thorn Bussy General?
Oh yeah, ask me whatever you want.
Wait, what? I'm confused by the phrasing of the question. What is Thornbussy General?
That's the general. You know my little section of the Discord where it's
Oh,
general
I didn't know.
sailing talk F1.
I did not know
guitar,
that was a thing in
whatever.
the Discord.
Bullshit.
Dude, there's like 100 channels in the Discord.
I literally only have 5.
I can't even respond to my own channels at this point. There's
Yeah,
like
it's
more Master Inquies. I gotta get Inquies. I gotta get tagged. People have to tag
Yes,
me.
Bloodmaster Inquies.
I still haven't gone through the Patreon and answered messages. I've been such a bad person. Once we have managers, this will help.
Fair.
It's coming. We're getting there. We have a meeting on Wednesday.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh my god.
Fitchin, I like you. You're awesome.
Mom, no, I will not sign off. It's just because it's getting a little dicey. The people are here for the dice. This is Vegas.
Roll them. And what do we got? Snake eyes.
I like that my mother texts me during the show.
Mhm.
I'm fine.
My mom's done it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll bring him back. Yeah. If you guys ever go through Ohio, why would I go through Ohio?
Tecumseh outdoor drama?
There's a secret OnlyFans?
What is there going on in Tecumseh? I'm lost.
Is that a town or is it a show about Tecumseh? What?
I don't know. I don't know what I've been told.
Well, finish your
Tecumseh
drink. We have-
is gold.
If you're not drunk for drunk folklore, it's not going to be nearly as fun. You got to ask questions. The drunk folklore this month. You guys pick the topic. It's got to be. It's got to be something we've done a video on.
For me to be properly drunk, I'm gonna need at least 2 more drinks. For you to be properly drunk, you're gonna need at least like 5 more. Okay, I need 1 more. You need 5 more. 4, 3.
Dude, that's a lot more than 3 drinks.
You.
This bottle was full when you got here.
It wouldn't be the first time we did a fifth and a friend.
This is 50%.
It wouldn't be the first time we did a fifth and a friend.
It would be the first time we did it with a 104 proof bottle of bourbon.
We like 52 horsepower.
Also, we had this and also gin.
And I don't feel very drunk.
Your fault.
All right, cheers. Fucking.
I'm gonna make myself some. What's that? That's peppermint. We don't want that.
Yeah, give me a little like mixer upper. He's a bit of a mixer upper. Fixer. There.
Pour me some of that.
Yeah.
Bad boy too.
How much you want?
Just fill it up. That's good.
You want any ice?
Yeah. If you want to toss a couple cubes
Yeah.
in there, hang on. Yeah. Where's my spoon? Where's my spoon?
Spoon man.
Right in front of me. Take me by the man, lead me through the man.
Okay. The SpongeBob song versus Audio Slave are 2 very different songs.
I'm sorry, did you just say that Ocean Man is by Audio Slave?
No, the song I was singing was by Audio
What song are you
Slave.
saying?
Spoon Man.
I don't know that was a song.
That's a... Spoon Man. Yeah. Chris Cornell. Get with it.
Isn't Audio Slave just Rage Against the Machine, but with actual vocalists?
If you define Chris Cornell as an actual vocalist,
I do.
I
He's
guess
phenomenal.
he's incredible.
The guy from Rage Against the Machine.
When are we gonna do a cover of Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike?
I don't know. I didn't know you wanted
We've
to.
talked about this since
Have
high school.
we?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna do the Chris Cornell bits. I'm gonna do the Eddie.
Oh,
Vedder
yeah,
bits.
you're right. Oh, yo, go get my guitar. We can play it out.
No, we're gonna get.
No, I'll play one of my originals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll play the conspiracy. No, I can't because it's the.
We're gonna get it back.
I can't do the conspiracy song because it's it's Good Riddance by Green Day.
What does that mean to play a sound? there's no words.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
We'll do it
I
live.
didn't realize you got tattoos. I want to see. I have tattoo. Currently, my cousin is supposed to design a forearm sleeve, but currently I have tattoo.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised.
I will be getting a Celtic knot here and a Celtic knot here that go all the way around.
I'm surprised you're gonna get the Lord Lodge logo tattooed on you.
It would be. I asked. It would be really expensive.
I'm not surprised.
There's a lot of fine line work.
I'm gonna use mine.
That's mine.
Love mine.
It's also electric. I'm not
I just
tuned.
want a guitar in my hands.
Oh my God. Do I have a pick in my pocket? Don't.
Neither do I.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
They're in all my jackets.
I haven't tuned this since I moved.
I don't know when you tuned mine.
I want to reiterate, I haven't tuned this since I moved. This has been in a bag since October. 80.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, it's more.
That's wild. That is crazy.
This is out of tune. Out of tune.
Yeah.
Why do you
wild. I just can't believe it's still in tune. That's insane. Have we gotten to all these super chats? You want to go scroll through really quick, and then I'll play.
Spoon said, "I love that song. I wonder why." Aiden, I didn't realize you have tattoos. I want to see. Do the body shot. How prevalent? Oh yeah, we got that. I'll say it again for those in the back. Alvin York is required learning in Alabama. What they even though I'm a guy. Yeah. I think we got them all. Yeah, we got them all. Spoon Man. Give me an 8.
Hang on. I have no idea where my Stark is, that's a problem. This might not work without a Snark.
What do you mean you don't know where your snark is? Oh, yeah. You're killing my vibe, man.
Yeah, I made it worse. I don't know why I thought I could drunkenly tune a guitar by ear. But now it's worse. I'm not going to play music. That's just not going to happen. I was going to try to play us out, as we typically did with Lore Lounge, but screw it. Forget about it. I don't know Freebird. It's trying to cancel. Oh, I forgot it does that. Yeah, we just won't do that then. Anyway,
Dude, just tune it with this.
no, the sound cancellation,
What?
the noise cancellation screws with the guitar.
Oh, that's lame.
The later.
I guess lame.
Yeah, we'll just end the stream.
Lame.
But yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I guess we'll bring Lore Lounge back. If it seems there was a solid amount of interest, so we'll bring this back. Get things set up properly. Maybe soundproof this room a little better. You know what we should do? You know where we should do this in the future? Right there.
Really?
Yeah, we can put a second chair up.
Oh, for Lord Lounge.
Yeah, for Lore Lounge.
Cocktail stream, this made no sense.
Yeah, but for Lore Lounge, let's just chill up there. All right. There we go. Problem solved. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will post the recipes to this both here in the Discord, on the website, basically everywhere that we can. And honestly, this one right here, the original Sin, that is so good. Did we name the last one the Peppermint Bark one?
No, you can.
You might as well call it the Peppermint Bark.
Peppermint patty.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. We have got to go shoot a video for you, for those who are on Patreon. If you are not subscribed to the Patreon, for $1 a month, you can get all of our Patreon exclusives, which are going to become more consistent.
Yeah.
Now that the move is over and we're getting into the new year and we're going to have management and all that. So,
Also, the donation goals will be more consistent as well.
yes, we'll actually plan those in advance. They are, I will say, they're only 500 away from the Catmate stream.
Oh my god.
If y'all can manage to wrestle up $500 Sunday, you'll get the Catmate stream, I guess. But all right, thank you guys so much. We will see you on Sunday. Bye.
Dude.